3, go!
Welcome into day 5, the final session here of the New Zealand Swimming Championships 2026 live from the National Aquatic Centre here in Auckland. We had the heat session this morning. A few of the highlights from that heat session: 50 freestyle Chelsea Edwards just 0.02 off her own New Zealand record and 0.15 off the Pan Pacific qualifying standard. Looking forward to seeing her in action tonight midway through the program, the 50 metres freestyle for the women. 200 IM, lots of multi-class records falling this morning. Charlotte Rosen, both the 200 IM and the 200 breast, New Zealand records in the S18 category. Jack McMillan, S18 in the 50 freestyle. Cameron Leslie reaching the Para Pan Pacific qualifying standard in his 50 freestyle. Riley Sayer, Para Pan Pacific qualifying time in the 50 freestyle for her. Another one to get there in the 800 freestyle. Lily Fox Mason in the S10, breaking the New Zealand record there as well. 200 breaststroke, Daniel Smith, SB19 New Zealand record. Genevieve Watson-Christie, also 200 breaststroke record as well. And New Zealand age group record, April Lynn, 13-year-old girls in the 200 breaststroke, 2:37.78. And she will go through in third position into the A final of the women's 200-metre breaststroke tonight. Joining me in commentary, as he has done all week, Steve Kent, great to have you with us on this final night.
Cheers, Scotty. Yeah, excited last night, day 5. Always a tough one, challenging for our athletes, you know, to get up for. But they've got to find some excitement for this last night. Some really cool events tonight as well.
Well, after tonight's finals, we'll be announcing some of the teams, announcing some of those people that have qualified, so it's going to be an exciting night, so do stick around for that at the end of racing after the relays. But let's have a look at tonight's racing. 400 metres individual medley, Steve, the match-up again, the young one versus the old guy, let's call him that. Ariel Mochirahondo at 17, Lewis Clarebird at 27, the veteran who's right up there on the world stage, coming together in lanes 4 and 5.
It's funny calling him a veteran when he's only 26 years of age.
What are we? Yeah, what am I?
Yeah, but exactly in terms of he's the Commonwealth Games defending champion. So all on the line now. Ariel, as he's learned through the week, he's learned how to win. So can he challenge that of Lewis Clarebird tonight? Always challenging 400 AM on a day 5 of a championships when the programs that they both had. But once again, just cool to watch them race.
Yeah, JPP time already achieved for Ariel Mochirahondo, and the Commonwealth Games and Pan Pac time for Lewis Clarebird. 200 metres individual medley, Zylika comes in there to challenge Gina McCarthy in the middle lanes.
Yeah, well, coming from her breaststroke all week, I think. I mean, she did the 200 breaststroke in the heats. Whether she's doing it in the final, I haven't quite looked that far ahead in the program, but good to see another good matchup. They've had a few battles over these last few years. Zylika, unfortunately, I guess in a way, has only got 2 silvers in that 50 and 100 breaststroke, so she'll be hungry for that 200 IM to take that gold medal.
We'll follow with the multi-class 200 metres individual medley for male and female, then follow with the 50 butterfly. Now, interestingly, 6 swimmers in this 50 butterfly within 0.3 of a second, Steve. In fact, the Commonwealth Games bronze medalist Cam Gray in lane 2.
Well, yeah, it just shows day 5, what are they doing in the heats? Bit of mind games in these 50-metre boys. Lots of different things I've been focusing on, whether there's been any butterfly in the build-up for some of these athletes. But good to see another great 50. That's exciting for all of us, and then obviously for United, a very dominant sort of event for them. But can, I think, Chris Elson get up over the United Swim Club?
Be a good one if he can get there. 50 freestyle for the women. Chelsea Edwards in lane 4, 25.01 this morning. Just 0.02 off her New Zealand record. She's in great form. He's hoping she brings the fire tonight.
Yeah, we've got to lift up for, the crowd and our athletes and coaches around poolside. We've really got to lift her up. As we've seen, it is challenging to, break out from a solid performance in the morning, but we've got to keep trying to push our athletes to, get up for our finals, and let's back her to get that time again tonight and break that New Zealand record again.
Zoe Pedersen's alongside her. We've got an Australian on the other side, but Ray Kwan right there too. Could be a possibility of some junior Pan Pac times there as well. 50 freestyle for multi-class will follow, then the 200 breaststroke for the men. Kevin Zhang, Rylan Wheeler, Hara Hughes, all in the middle of the pool. That one's going to be a good knockout over 200 breaststroke. Straight in 800 freestyle for the women. The three of them come together again. Erica Fairweather in lane 4. We've got Caitlin and Eve on either side.
Yeah, what we've seen all week is, it looks to me, is that Erica's getting out there and really trying to enforce her dominance very early in the race, straight away on that sort of second 50. Will that be the same again? Will those other two girls, lie in wait or get aggressive themselves and try stay with her a little bit longer? I think Eve's got Caitlin in 2 of those races this week. Can she get her back? It'll be exciting.
You got to wonder, how are the energy levels on day 5? Have they been maintaining, getting enough sleep? It's all going to come. It's going to be important tonight. 200-metre breaststroke, Zylika back in action against Brianna Crawford. As you've said, she'll want to get another one. So this could be a night for Zylika Pratt-Smith if she can bring the energy tonight.
Well, once again, without knowing all of their training plans, has the 200 been a little bit of a focus getting to day 5, knowing you've got 2 200s? Has that been part of their maybe a bit more going to altitude, a bit more endurance through their build-up? Is this what they've been targeting? So excited to see, one, Zylika in the turnaround, but to be able to back it up and then try and challenge for another gold medal, that's what, coming to our national champs is about.
The final individual event of the meet is the 100 metres backstroke. Jasper Cornish there in lane 4. Kane follows on the outside. Kane obviously teaching full-time now, got other priorities. Just missed out on that 200 backstroke champion. Maybe the 100 is the distance for him. It's going to be a big fight on with Jasper Cornish.
Right, and then you take on Jasper, winning the 50. Bit of confidence out of that one after his affected build-up as such, but it seems to be working for him, whatever they've done there at Coast in these last 6 weeks. So, I was lucky enough to coach Jasper as a, 10, 11, 12-year-old. So I'm excited to watch him try and take out that 100 backstroke.
We finished with 3 relay events, 4x100 metre medley, mixed relay, women's relay, and then the men's relay. Then we'll do those announcements of the teams at the end. So do stick around throughout the whole stream. That is the lineup for tonight. I hope you enjoy it. Welcome back. Please put your hands together and welcome our technical officials as they make their way onto pool deck. Introducing your referees for this evening's session for the men, Joe Davidson. Referee for the women's events, Dan Harvey. Starter for the men's events tonight, Alan Hale. And your starter for the women's events, Joe Russell. Your technical director for these championships, Diane Farmer. Thank you, officials. Please be seated. We now have 3 awards to present, and to present those is the President and Life Member of Swimming New Zealand, Ron Clark. The first award is the Supreme Swimmer of the Year Award, and it's selected from winners of the 2025 Domestic Swimmer of the Year, the Domestic Para Swimmer of the Year, International Swimmer of the Year, and International Para Swimmer of the Year, and recognises exceptional swimming performances in 2025. The finalists are Riley Sayer, Domestic Para Swimmer of the Year; Hazel Auerhan, Domestic Swimmer of the Year; Louis Clark, Open Water Swimmer of the Year; Cameron Leslie, International Para Swimmer of the Year; Erica Fairweather, International Swimmer of the Year. The Supreme Swimmer of the Year for 2025 is Cameron Leslie, Whangarei Swimming Club. Congratulations, Cam. The next award is Supreme Coach of the Year Award. It's selected from the winners of the 25 Domestic Coach of the Year, Domestic Para Coach of the Year, and International Coach of the Year, and International Para Coach of the Year, and recognise exceptional coaching and performance in the 2025 year. The finalists are Graham Lang, Domestic Para Coach of the Year, Michael Weston, Domestic Coach of the Year, Tom Onley, International Para Coach of the Year, and Graham Hill, International Coach of the Year. The Supreme Coach of the Year for 2025 is Graham Hill, North Shore Swimming Club. Congratulations, Graham. The third and final award to be given out before we kick off the session is the Duncan Lang Trophy. It's presented to the club with the most combined club points in individual events at the 2025 Apollo Projects New Zealand Swimming Championships in Auckland, the 25 Apollo Projects New Zealand Age Group Swimming Championships in Hawke's Bay, and the 25 New Zealand Short Course Swimming Championships in Auckland. The finalists are Coast Swimming Club, North Shore Swimming Club, United Swimming Club, Wharanui Swimming Club. The winner is North Shore Swimming Club. And that award accepted by Graham Hill. Thank you to Ron Clark for presenting those awards. We'll be back after this break to get us underway with the racing for tonight's session. Welcome back. The first event on the program is event 33, the men's 400 metres individual medley. Introducing your B final 17-18 age group. In lane 1 from Blenheim Swimming Club, Finlay McNabb. Lane 2 from North Shore Swimming Club, Bradley Searle. Lane 3 from North Shore Swimming Club, Jack Barton. 4 from Wharanui, Flynn Grace. 5 from Howick Pakaranga, Samuel Asiata. 6 from Swim Rotorua, Zach Pask. Lane 7 from Kiwi, William McFarland. So 7 swimmers in this field, and we have 4 of these swimmers in the next A final. 4 of the 17, 18-year-old swimmers in the next final. So these 7 will have to swim a little bit quicker than this morning to have a chance of getting on the podium here, as we've said earlier. And going through first, Flynn Grace in lane 4. He was the fastest through the heats for this B final in 4:54.98, and doing a great job, looking relaxed in this butterfly leg.
Yeah, nice hip drive there from Flynn Grace in the middle of the pool. In lane 5, Samuel Asiata from the Howick Club as well. Nice rhythm in his butterfly. We'll see the different dynamics of each athlete as they go through. Where's the sneaky backstroker, sneaky breaststroker hiding amongst our field as they look to target their main discipline. But it was Flynn Grace through the first 100, 103.16. As we look for our backstrokers in the field, at this stage it looks to be Samuel Asiata trying to come up onto the hips of Flynn Grace from the Whanganui Club. Sitting in third position at this stage, it's Bradley Searle from North Shore, the 17-year-old. Samuel Asiata coming back now towards Flynn Grace in the second 50 of the backstroke. Who's going to have that more energy or maybe a little more leg drive into the breaststroke leg? Let's see as they try to ramp it up, make sure they start timing, getting ready for this back to breaststroke flip.
This is an important change here. Can get some valuable meters here off the turns, the different types of turns in the 400 metres individual medley. And starting well into the breaststroke leg is Flynn Grace of Whanganui. A real strong team from Whanganui this year. Seems to be a lot representing the club here at the New Zealand Swimming Championships. Interesting to see where they land in the club rankings. And just extending the lead now, Flynn Grace over Samuel Asiata. And some of these other swimmers just starting to make some inroads now, Steve, in the breaststroke.
Yeah, let's hope the Canterbury clubs are utilising the new 50-metre pool down there to assist with their training and racing. Great to have a 50-metre pool back for them again in the centre city there. But Flynn Grace taking really good control of this breaststroke. Really trying to drive through, getting that head into position, into his glide. Samuel Asiata not giving up though. He's trying to lift a little bit here in the second 50 of his breaststroke. Zach Pask from Swim Rotorua in lane 6, coming back on these two lads in front.
Pretty clear placings at the moment. 4, 5 and 6, first to third. Only 1 second separating them on paper this morning, Grace and Asiata. And at the moment, it is 3.5 seconds. Back to second. And filled with confidence, heads into the 100 freestyle. He's got the teammates to his left on the way down, cheering him on, giving him the energy to bring this 400 IM home. Samuel Asiata sitting in second, now being challenged by lane 6, Zach Pask of Swim Rotorua. They almost turn together, Pask and Asiata. Coming through also, lane 3, Jack Barton of North Shore. It's a strong finish from Zach Pask here, but it'll be Flynn Grace all the way. And looking at the time, 4:40, the time clicks over. This is going to be a huge improvement on his heat swim this morning. And he comes in 4:46.79 to win the B final. And hoping that 4:46 could be enough to perhaps get him on the podium.
Zach Pask, a good finish in his freestyle, 4:50.68. 10-second improvement from this morning's heat swim as well. So great jobs across the pool there by our 400 IMers. As we see all green lit up on the board, that means all our swimmers in this B final swimming faster this evening on our last session here at the National Championships. As we wait for those summary of results while the athletes exit the water, it was Flynn Grace, 4:46.79. Great start to the Whanganui evening. There they are. Good swims across the board. Up next, our A final.
Lane 1 from St Paul's Swimming Club, Josiah Joyce. Lane 2 from St Paul's, Alexander Coppichon. Lane 3 from Roskill, Ethan Stocks. Lane 4 from United, Lewis Clearbird. Lane 5 from Swim Rotorua, Ariel Mochirahondo. 6 from North Shore, Nemanja Markovic. 7 from Ngātai Tuatia Ataraika Swimming, Declan Broadfoot. 8 from Blenheim, Jack Love. The fastest 8 400-metre individual medley swimmers in the country, led by the Commonwealth Games champion and New Zealand record holder Lewis Clareburt. A 4:24 through the heats this morning. We know he can go a lot quicker than that, and we're going to see it tonight. Clareburt goes through the first 50, just 0.2 of a second in front of Machirahondo. Markovic sits in third.
Ariel, the winner of the 200 backstroke, we saw in the 200 IM, and Lewis talked about it. He saw him out of the corner of his eye during the 200 IM as well. So look for Ariel in the backstroke leg to try and get up next to Clareburt, but doing a great job, these two at the front now. Trying to stay nice and relaxed, get that perfect touch, get that rhythm ready for the backstroke.
And Clareburt takes an extra 0.3 of a second out of Machirahondo over the second lap of that 50 metres butterfly, or the 100 metres butterfly, and into the backstroke leg now. Both very strong backstrokers. In fact, there's no real weakness in either of these swimmers' strokes across the 400, and that's what makes them the champions they are. And Clareburt and Machirahondo almost stroke for stroke as they come in. Lewis Clareburt, let's look at the splits here. Back to 0.3. He's edged back 0.3 there. Machirahondo in that 50. Back to third place at the moment. Looks like lane 7, Declan Broadfoot of Wellington.
Yeah, interesting to watch the second 50 here. Where does Ariel go for a little attack? Does he try to get right up on him? Lewis been keeping a little bit eye on him as well, so it's stroke for stroke, these two great athletes of ours. But Clareburt will lead. His turn, very skillful there. Very skillful turn there by Clareburt, putting the pressure on.
The margin out to almost a second again now. Clareburt goes into the breaststroke. He's worked on it, and it's going to be one of the legs of this 400M he's going to really want to capitalise on. Lewis Clareburt leads by a body length now. Hard to see from that angle on the screen, but we'll see it as they approach the halfway mark of this 100-metre breaststroke. A body length clear. Lewis Clareburt really being pushed here by Ariel Machirahondo. The New Zealand record set at 4:08.70. New Zealand age group record 4:17.62, owned by Ariel Machirahondo.
Looks to be Clareburt trying to lift his rating a little bit in this second 50 here. Really great body position in the water. Really utilising the leg drive mixed with the power of his arms. Tucking that head in nice and fast. We know he's finished really strongly in his freestyle events all week.
Lewis Clareburt turns for home. Extremely talented freestyler, second in the 100 freestyle. Winner of the Australian champs in the 200 freestyle. Off he goes. Ariel Machirahondo sitting about 4 or 5 body lengths back now. Really showing his class in the second half of this 400 IM. Declan Broadfoot doing very well indeed in lane 7. He's tearing away for a possible bronze here if he can hold on to that pace.
Just 16-year-old Declan Broadfoot as well, so that's great to have our young men of New Zealand up here in our Open Championships. But
let's make some noise for Lewis Clareburt, ladies and gentlemen. One of the best exponents out of New Zealand ever. Lewis Clareburt coming in for the national title, just over his New Zealand record of 4:08, a 4:09.47. Truly world-class swim tonight from Lewis Clareburt. Ariel Machirahondo coming in. A 4:20.28, just over his New Zealand age group record there this evening. And Declan Broadfoot will come through for the bronze. The 16-year-old, well done to him, 4:36.54.
What a great performance there by Clearbert to see a sub-4:10 at our national championships in this 400 IM. Very, very special indeed to have our generation of athletes and our next gen at home hopefully watching. That's a classy performance. Great to have him back here this year at our nationals, really leading the way for our New Zealand Aqua Blacks this year. Looks to be that training at the Nunawading Club really assisting him on his performances here this evening and through the year. So exciting year coming up for him. There's those summary results as we wait for Lewis to get out of the water and catch up with Scotty.
Lewis, what an exciting swim to watch, and on the board, obviously, world-class time tonight. Congratulations on your title.
Yeah, thank you. It was pretty cool to dip under that 14. You know, I haven't been that fast in a long time. So, yeah, I think like you said, it was an exciting race. I think that first 200 metres, I was starting to get a little bit nervous there, having Ariel right behind me. But, look, that's what it's about, you know, seeing youngsters like that just absolutely go for it in that first 200 and actually put a bit of pressure on myself.
You must have confidence going to that second half of that 400 AM, knowing you've got that breaststroke really humming at the moment, and your freestyle, your winning freestyle events in the middle distance events, you know you can bring it home.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the breaststroke has probably come a long way. It'd be interesting to see the splits, but it just overall the race felt really good and controlled, and there was probably no real point in there where I was actually I'm not sure if I'm going to finish this. You know, I felt like I could just keep going and keep moving forward. So, yeah, nothing but good signs moving forward to the middle of the year.
Just give us a bit of an idea of from now till the Commonwealth Games, now to the Pan Pacific Games, give an overarching plan of what's in it for you.
Yeah, I guess I just go back to Melbourne and start putting in that hard work again. I know that Patrick back home he's doing the 400 AM in Sydney tonight, so it'll be interesting to see how fast he goes. But yeah, just getting back in some training with Will and really, you know, just grinding to make sure that by the time Commonwealth Games comes around, it's just us doing the race and no one else.
Well done, Lewis Clearbert, our 400 metres individual medley champion.
Congratulations, Lewis. We move now to event 34 in the program, the women's 200 individual medley. First up is our B final, 17 and 18-year-old age.
In lane 1 from Enterprise Swim Team, Rio Sasimoto. Lane 2 from Blenheim, Nicola Lovell. Lane 3 from Hedatonga Sun Devils, Breeze van Veldhuizen. 4 from United, Freya Hingston. 5 from North Shore, Alexis Bassini. 6 from North Shore, Kezia Bassini. 7 from North Shore, Anya Moritz. And lane 8 from Icebreaker, Scout Carter.
Into the water, our 17, 18-year-old finalists / B finalists. Nice and even across this first 25 metres, appearing at this stage. Lane 7, Anaya Moritz from the North Shore. Mostly 18-year-olds in this final so far. We'll look ahead to the A final. 3 athletes still to come in this age group category. But it is Anaya Moritz, 30.28 at this stage, heading into the backstroke. looks to be coming through now is Freya Hingston from the United Club. And also in lane 3, Breeze Van Woodhuizen. Looks to be a good backstroker here coming through from the Hiratonga Sun Devils Club. And it will be Breeze. Nice and smooth through her turn there into this breaststroke 50 now for these women. And Freya Hingston has had a good breaststroke pull out. She's made her way to the lead at this stage. Look at her time from this morning, 2:26.78 to be in the middle lane. It's going to be close for that 17 and 18-year-old age medal, so they've got to put the heat on these ladies in this, the B final. Put the pressure on the A finalists. Lane 2's had a storming breaststroke. Nicola Lovell, a 41.12 on that 50. She's really come up strong. Two-way battle now for the lead of this B final. Lovell with the lead, 25 metres left to swim. And 10 metres left now. Lovell still holding it over Freya Hingston from United. It will be Nicola Lovell taking out this B final, 2:23.82 to Hingston's 2:24.96. That's putting the acid on before this A final. Congratulations.
What a swim for Nicola Lovell, down 9 seconds from her heat swim this morning. Stunning swim. And waiting on the result there. Just a reminder that straight after the final session tonight, we will be announcing selections for Junior Open Water World Champs, Junior Pan Pac Championships, Pan Pacific Championships, Para Pan Pacific Championships, and nominations for the Youth Olympic Games and Commonwealth Games. We invite and encourage everyone to stay in the arena for what will be an exciting moment for approximately 50 swimmers.
There's our summary of results of our B final. Putting the heat on, ready for the A final. Nicola Lovell from Blenheim, 2:23.82. Up next, the 200 individual medley for women A finalists.
In lane 1 from Wharanui, Hannah Abdo. Lane 2 from North Shore, Chelsea White. Lane 3 from Swimming Australia, Jade Starr. Lane 4 from Coast, Zylika Pratt-Smith. Lane 5 from Hamilton Aquatics, Gina McCarthy. 6 from Wharanui, Bridie Quayle. 7 from Hamilton Aquatics, Ariella Riley. And lane 8 from North Shore, Olivia Bates. I really can't pick this one. It's going to be a close one, that's for sure. Zylika Pratt-Smith in lane 4. Georgina McCarthy in 5, both very strong breaststrokers. So very similar times this morning, 2:20, 2:21. So it's really going to come down to putting it all together and really that final 25 metres. And a nice start here in lane 3 from Australia, Jade Starr through the butterfly leg. It looks like Gina McCarthy sitting in second at the moment. Third equal would be Bridie Quayle and Zylika Pratt-Smith. She's not going to let them get away too much here. And at the moment, this could be an interesting tactic here from Gina McCarthy, really pushing it in that backstroke butterfly legs. And look at the margin here, Steve. We've got 2 full seconds to be made up here.
Yeah, this is where maybe Zolik has actually decided just to go out there a little bit easier and really get aggression in this breaststroke. She's already come making her way through, but is it too much? Gina McCarthy had a really strong backstroke there. Jade Star's fallen away a little bit, but it is Zolik Pratt-Smith on the attack in this 50 breaststroke.
Bridie Quayle doing very well out there too in lane 6. Zyleka Pratt-Smith narrowly in second at the moment, but Gina McCarthy holds the lead at the end of the breaststroke. What have these two swimmers got left in the freestyle? Just half a second separating them. They know what they've got to do here. Who wants it more in the final 25 metres? Gina McCarthy pulling away here in the 200 metres individual medley. Zyleka Pratt-Smith, the whole Coast Club on their feet. 20 metres left to swim. Gina McCarthy has it by half a body length. Zyleka Pratt-Smith pushing hard. It's going to be Gina McCarthy for the win here in the 200 metres individual medley.
2:18.86 for Gina McCarthy. 2:20.20. Zyleka Pratt-Smith takes the silver medal, and it is Bridie Quayle 2:20. 2:20.20 for Zyleka Pratt-Smith, 2:20.76 for Bridie Quayle.
Bridie Quayle not far off that JPP time of 2:18.14. It's a great swim from her.
Some really good improvements from a lot of our athletes there from this morning's heat swims. But it was Gina McCarthy. She appeared in that backstroke leg with a 33.98, really took it on strong, and then that last 50, 33.88. And there's our summary of results there. 2:18.86, Gina McCarthy, our national champion, and she'll catch up with Scott.
Here, Gina, congratulations, Gina. What a gutsy swim. I just want to put the mic to you. How are you feeling?
Sore, very, very sore. I'm feeling pretty rough after that 4 a.m. yesterday, especially with not doing any of that IM training. It's tough to back up a 2 a.m. from a 4 a.m. So I'm pretty happy with that swim.
From the outside looking in, it looked like the tactic tonight was to really push the first two disciplines of this 200 IM. Is that what the plan was for you?
I genuinely didn't really have much of a plan. It was just get in there and swim and do my best. So that's what I did.
You really pushed that backstroke hard, a 2-second lead in front of Zyleka at that halfway mark, managed to hold it on and really gutsing it through that final 50 freestyle. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you so much, Scott.
Congratulations, Gina, on that national title. As we move now to the next event in our program, event 122, the men's 200 individual medley multi-class. Our athletes.
In lane 1 from Dannyburg, Jonty Howland. Lane 2 from Swimming Australia, Declan Budd. Lane 3 from Swimming Australia, Bo Matthews. Lane 4 from Swimming Japan, Kotaru Ogiwara. Lane 5 from Coast, Asher Smith-Franklin. 6 from Swimming Japan, Aigo Tanaka. 7 from United, David Beck. And lane 8 from Wharanui, Luca Willems. .200 IM for the men multi-class. Lane 5, Asher Smith-Franklin charging out of the blocks, as does Declan Budd. In the same classification, SM14, the Australian. Lane 3 there, that's Bo Matthews, the Australian as well, the 17-year-old SM10 swimmer. In the middle, you've got Kotaru Ogiwara from Japan. And for those watching at home, the person that touches the wall first, not necessarily the winner of the event. If you've recently joined and watched multi-class events, the result will be given after the race based on their classification. Really strong performance here in lane 2 by Declan Budd. He's had a great week. And just looking across the field, you've got Jonty Howland in lane 1, swimming in the SM6 category, the 15-year-old. You've got Luca Willems over there in SM18, the 23-year-old from Wharanui. And now starting to see things even up a little bit here. A little bit of ground being... The lead has changed to lane 3. This is Bo Matthews. Had a great breaststroke leg here, the SM10.
Asher Smith-Franklin's New Zealand record for S14 sits at 2:15.91. Looks to be not too far off that if he can have a good last 50 here. But steaming home here in lane 2, Declan Budd. He's had a great freestyle all week. It's a good Australian battle here for the first place position.
And they come. This is the magic of multi-class. They're in different classifications, but they still want to get to the wall first. And it was Bo Matthews who gets there. Asher Smith-Franklin just outside his own New Zealand record. In comes Kotaru Ogiwara from Japan. Underneath his heat time this morning. That's David Beck coming in lane 7 from United. And the always impressive Aigo Tanaka from Japan in lane 6. Who has a very strong kick on him and is going to do, he did a 3:05 this morning and a 3:05. Well, that's consistency. Here comes Jonty Howland in lane 1. .321, taking 3 seconds off. Luca Willems charging down the final 25 here in the SM18 classification. Loved chatting to Luca Willems a few years ago. Got a great attitude. That's a great swim for him too, 6 seconds under. And that is our multi-class men 200 IM. We'll look to the board for the winner. Disqualification in an earlier event. Event 34, heat 2, lane 8.
A great race there across the board from our multi-class athletes.
And the winner is Kotaru Ogiwara. And I'm going to be joined by Kaz Tapper, I think. We've got someone to help translate. Here she comes. Technical official, translator extraordinaire, Kaz Tapper. So, Kotaru Ogiwara. Okay, here we go. This is the first time. Okay, Kaz, I'd like to ask Kotaru, is he happy with his swim? How is he feeling after that win tonight?
今日の泳ぎはいかがでしたか？完成度的にはうまくいきましたか？
4日間ちょっと風潮が続いてたので最終日でベストが出てすごい嬉しいです。
He's really happy with the performance because last 4 days he was actually unwell. So today's performance, he was really happy.
If you could ask him, is he enjoying his time in New Zealand? Has he been to New Zealand before?
今回のニュージーランドの大会参加は楽しんでいらっしゃいますか？それと以前ニュージーランドに来たことありますでしょうか？
ニュージーランドに来たことはないんですけど、現地の人たちすごい優しくてすごいいい気分でレースができました。ありがとうございました。
This is his first time to New Zealand and everyone has made his trip special and very kind to them. So he would like to say thank you very much to everyone.
Congratulations, everyone, to Kotaro on your win tonight. Well done.
Amazing swimming there. We move now to the next event in the program. Event 1, 2, 3, the women's 200 individual medley for multi-class. The athletes.
In lane 1 is Genevieve Watson-Christie, North Canterbury. Lane 2 is Charlotte Rosen, Wharanui. Lane 3 is Madeline McTiernan, Swimming Australia. 4, Chloe Gladwin, Whakatane Swimming Club. 5 is Gabriella Smith, Wharanui. 6, Swimming Australia's Gemma Selleck. 7, Mackenzie Drage, Aquagym. 8, Charlotte Murphy, Aquagym. We've got a number. This is one races we've got a lot of different classification classes here, from SM6, SM7, 9, 10, 14, 18 and 19. Not often we have that variety of multi-class classifications in one event. And so the 2 S19s, Chloe Gladwin and Genevieve Watson-Christie, lane 1 and 4, the rest in all different classifications. And Chloe Gladwin's been in record-breaking form all week, almost cleaning up a record every night. Genevieve Watson-Christie's got some too. Charlotte Rosen, she got one this morning. And so away we go down into the backstroke leg to the halfway mark. Chloe Gladwin and Madeline McTiernan, the talented Australian who's got a couple of titles this week.
Chloe's New Zealand record sits at 240.75. So it'll be good for have someone at her speed try and push her through this 200 AM on day 5 here, session 10. This morning, Charlotte Rosen in lane 7, 4:27.76. That was a new New Zealand record for SM18. So can she go one better here tonight? Sorry, lane 2 she is, not lane 7.
Gabby Smith coming strongly through here in lane 5. The SM10 swimmer, the 19-year-old from Wharanui. And takes the lead from Chloe Gladwin and approaching Madeline McTiernan as well. They turn together. Gabby Smith and Madeline McTiernan. The team's starting to make some noise in this final 50. Chloe Gladwin's very, very good in the freestyle leg. McTiernan leads. Gabby Smith eyeing up the competition in lane 4 with Chloe Gladwin in 2 different impairment classes here. And Chloe Gladwin, what a fantastic final 50 for her. to come through and touch the wall first with the Kiwis. And that is a New Zealand record for Chloe Gladwin. And a Parapampax time for Gabby Smith. Well done.
What a great race. That really helped our athletes there. Gabby Smith, super breaststroke leg, and then really storming home with a good battle with Chloe Gladwin and Madeline to really bring her under that time. So a great performance for our athletes there. We'll keep an eye. Genevieve Watson, Christie coming in now for her finish with 10 metres left to swim. Charlotte Rosen into her last 50, trying to break her New Zealand record she got this morning. Genevieve Watson Christie, 3:34.27. Good improvement from her morning swim. Charlotte Rosen in lane 2, 25 metres left to swim. Charlotte Murphy coming up with her 25. Mackenzie Drake touches, 3:54.69. I think Charlotte Rosen's definitely going to get under her time from this morning. 4:27.76 the time to beat. 4:20.40, another New Zealand record by 7 seconds for Charlotte. And Charlotte Murphy finishes off with a 4:27.4. Great performances there in our multi-class 200 individual medley.
That's all you can do, Steve. Try and go faster than you've done before. That's what they're doing here successfully. And that means the training is paying off. The tactics, the mental side of swimming. How are you going to attack the swim differently in the final? Just have a chat to Chloe Gladwin and Gabby Smith. So Chloe Gladwin and Gabby Smith for getting that Parapampax time. Here with Chloe Gladwin. You know what was really impressive to me? That freestyle leg, Chloe. That really came out. You could see Gabby probably beside you, but you really put your head down. What were you thinking just before you started that freestyle? You're like, I'm going to catch her?
I was just trying to get my kick going.
And tell us, how many events did you enter this week? Because I have seen you a lot and you've done so well. How many events did you do?
I think 10.
How many, sorry?
10.
10 events. That's a busy, busy program. So is Coach letting you off next week? You don't? You're not sure? What do you reckon? Coach, you're going to give her a week off after this 10-race medal haul? I think so. Well done, Chloe Gladwin. Another win, another title. Congratulations. We're going to talk to Gabby Smith. Here she comes. Congratulations, Gabby. That was a great performance. Parapampax qualifying standard tonight. Was that the goal for you?
Yeah, definitely, especially the 2 a.m. It's the fastest I've gone since Paris, so very happy with that.
That's great. And tell us a little bit about your journey coming into this. Everything going to plan? You had a good preparation?
It definitely could have been better. There's been some ups and downs, but I think I've made the most of what I've got, so I'm very happy with it.
You're still enjoying your swimming?
Yes, very much so.
Gabby Smith, ladies and gentlemen, Parapampax qualifier.
We move now to a short break before we're back with our men's 50-metre butterfly C final.
Welcome back in. We move now to event 35, the men's 50 metres butterfly. And ready to swim is the C final. In lane 1, Grayson Coulter, North Shore. 2, Harvey Lark, Swimming Australia. 3, Alistair Miller, Australia. Ryan Peck in 4, United. Bronson Lloyd, Raumati. 6, Ethan McDonald, Hamilton Aquatic. 7, Charlie Dickinson, Ngātai Tuatea, Henry Williams, North Shore. And 8. And just coming through to the finish here, it looks to be lane 3 might get there in this B final. Alistair Miller of Australia. He does. Ryan Peck, the first of the Kiwis, 25.20.
Just looking here in lane 1, it looks to be Grayson Coulter equaling his New Zealand 14-year-old age group record of 25.71. So good to see the consistency from him, the 14-year-old. As we wait for that summary of results, just to double check that, yes, Grayson Coulter, 14 years old, 25.71, equaling his New Zealand record.
Introducing the B finalists, 17-18-year-old age group. In lane 1, Flynn Beattie, Mount Maunganui. Lane 2 from Wharanui, Luke Manderson. Lane 3 from Roskilde, Daniel Craigting. Lane 4 from Kiwi, Neo Solomonson. 5 from Swim Zone Racing, Kane Howard. 6 from St Paul's, Neo Ehrlich. 7 from North Shore, Jacob Humphreys. 8 from Porirua City Aquatics, Eric Yuan. The B final, 17-18, beautiful underwater work there by Neo Solomonson in lane 4. Just at the halfway mark, lane 5, Kane Howard, Swim Zone Racing leads them down the first half into the second 25. Still Kane Howard leads this B final. Neo Solomonson coming through strongly. Solomonson's going to get there. 24.62.
Just outside that Junior Pan Pacific qualification standard of 24.53. Very close for both those athletes. Really, really solid performance there by our B finalists.
Yeah, that was a half second quicker than the heat this morning, Steve. Great swim by Solomonson.
Really putting the pressure on before this A final. As I look ahead, we've got 2 17-year-olds in the A final as well, Scott. So those guys vying for that gold medal.
Introducing your A finalists of the men's 50 metres butterfly. In lane 1, Orlando Hardy, Hamilton Aquatics. Lane 2, Cameron Gray, United. Lane 3, Caleb Carlisle, Napier Aquahawks. Lane 4, Jack Hendy, United. Lane 5, Christopher Elson, Vikings. 6, Carter Swift, United. 7, Thomas Nankervis, Australia. 8, Rui Ho, Roskilde. And away the fastest 850 butterflyers. Let's have a look how they get off the start. Lane 1 doing well, Cameron Gray. Cameron Gray out there in lane 1. Pushing strongly, lane 4, Jack Hendy, chasing it. Might be Jack Hendy at the moment. Hendy leads with 5 metres to go. Gray gets there. 23.91, the only one under 24. A very, very tight finish there with second place. Didn't even see it, Steve.
23.97 to Jack Hendy, so 0.06 of a second there. Orlando Hardy and Rui Ho 24.85, 24.88, which means from the B final, Neo Salamonson takes out the gold medal for that age group title, but it is Cameron Gray and United taking out gold, silver and bronze here. 23.91, 23.97, 24.13 for the bronze. Scotty will catch up with Cam.
Cam, congratulations. Absolutely no room for error in that one with 0.0 of a second. You've won another title. Congratulations.
Thanks, Scott. Yeah, the 50 flies are no room for error race. A lot of it comes down to the touch here.
Absolutely. Could see you sort of prepping beforehand again with like your 100 freestyle. What are the sort of things you're going through your head before that event?
Yeah, the 50 is definitely a different approach to the 100, the 50 fly at least. Just trying to nail the breakout and then hold some sort of speed through the 35. That's sort of the main focus.
Your focus leading in, obviously the 50 is an event where you've got to really sharpen that speed. Has the focus been more on the 100 than the 50?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, my 50 fly hasn't been the greatest this season. Focus has definitely been more on the 100 free, I would say, since the Olympics. It's just probably an event I'm enjoying a lot more at the moment. And 50 fly is a bit more of a fun event, but yeah, pretty cool to get the win.
Absolutely. Cameron Gray, national champion 50 butterfly. Well done.
Congratulations, Cam. We move now to event 36, the women's 50 metre freestyle. First up, our C final.
Lane 1, Octavia Marnie. 2, Ivy Miller. 3, Stacey Morgan. 4, Madeline Wilson. 5, Maddie Kidd. 6, Giselle Davies. 7, Esme Patterson. 8, Libby Bradley.
Looks to be in the centre of the pool here. Maddie Kidd versus Madeline Wilson here for the winner of the C final. Looks to be Millicent Wilson. She gets the touch, 26.40. Giselle Davey pops through there for the second position, 26.66. And Madison Kidd takes out third there, 26.68. Madeline Wilson there looked to be leading from start to finish in that C final. The 16-year-old from Swim Zone. Good touch on the wall there as well. There's our summary as we move now to the B final, 17 and 18-year-old age group final.
In lane 1, Olivia Emmett, Swim Rotorua. Lane 2 from Pukekohe, Talia Chaney. Lane 3 from Swimming Australia, Sasha Henderson. Lane 4 from Australia, Tribeca Liu. 5 from Kiwi, Abigail Samuels. 6 from North Canterbury, Millie Bell. 7 from North Canterbury, Macy Barnes. And lane 8 from Hedatonga Sun Devils, Lola Nichols. The two Australian visitors in lanes 3 and 4. The fastest of the Kiwis, Abigail Samuels. Let's see how they get away. Lane 4, Tribeca Liu leads in lane 4. Abigail Samuels from Kiwi. Right with her at the moment at the halfway mark. Still Liu leads. But Abigail Samuels might take it here for the Kiwis. A fast finishing Millie Bell there as well in 6. And it will be Abigail Samuel, the first of the Kiwis home. The two Australians take the top 2 spots.
Liu, 26.26, leading from start to finish there. Half a second faster than this morning. As we wait for that summary of our B final, 26.26. All the way down to 27.55 for Lola Nichols. Up next, let's get excited for our A final in the 50 freestyle.
In lane 1 from Coast Swimming Club, Milan Glintmeyer. Lane 2 from Hamilton Aquatics, Alyssa Lawson. Lane 3 from Coast, Zoe Pedersen. Lane 4 from North Shore Swimming Club, Chelsea Edwards. Lane 5 from Swimming Australia, Maya Zunker. Lane 6 from United, Ray Kwan. 7 from Swimming Australia, Phoebe Bentley. And lane 8 from North Shore, Amelia Bray. New Zealand record holder Chelsea Edwards in lane 4. Let's see how fast she can go tonight. Down the first 25, out in front already. Lane 5, Maya Zunker, the Australian, alongside her. Chelsea Edwards carving her way down the second 25. Can she go under 25 seconds tonight? That would be awesome. In we come to the finish. 25.08. For the win, the national title. And just looking back, just outside that JPP times for Milan and Alyssa as well. Another great national title win for Chelsea Edwards.
Those margins so tiny in the 50-metre events. Got to get everything absolutely perfect. Chelsea Edwards with another national title to her name, 25.08. A good performance, especially here on day 5. 10 sessions so far this week. And here's Scott with Chelsea.
Chelsea, congratulations on a national title. A very competitive field there. You took it out from the beginning. You took it all the way to the finish. Well done.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a great race. It's been a big week. Good to have some good competition in there. And yeah, we all did really well. So yeah.
25.0, 25.01 this morning. You're just on your New Zealand record. You're swimming the fastest you've swum. It's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. It's good to post some 25.0s. I actually haven't been at that time yet. I went 25.1 to 24.9. Obviously would have loved a 24 today, but I can't be mad.
Love it. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Chelsea. We'll move to a short break before we're back with our multi-class finals.
Welcome back. We now move to event 124, the men's 50 freestyle multi-class final. In lane 1 from Blenheim, Jack Bugler. Lane 2 from Greendale, Jack McMillan. Lane 3 from United, James Hayden. Lane 4 from Swimming Japan, Takayuki Suzuki. Lane 5 from Whangarei Swimming Club, Cameron Leslie. 6 from United, David Beck. 7 from Swimming Australia, Hamish Keenan. And lane 8 from Papamoa, Thomas McGill. Away we go here in this 50 freestyle for men multi-class. The two legends in the middle of the field, Taka Suzuki, Cameron Leslie in the S4. But they're not going to get to the wall first. There will be other swimmers, and at this stage it is Hamish Keenan, lane 7, and also James Hayden in lane 3 from United. The S14 and the S9 over there coming through. Steve will be all over the records here. We'll have a look. But coming through, look at this battle here in the middle of the pool. Taka Suzuki and Cameron Leslie. And just edging out to come in. Taka Suzuki gets there. Wonderful to see these two legends in the middle of the pool. That friendly rivalry, training camps together. And Jack McMillan, a new record for him. Congratulations, he got it this morning, he's got it again tonight, backing it up. And Takayuki Suzuki will win that one. We'll get Taka and Cameron Leslie together to have a bit of a chat with us. We'll have a chat to Taka and Cameron Leslie. We might just go over here because, Cam, should we sit here? And Taka, if you can come over here. Thank you. Taka, congratulations on your win tonight. You edged out a win on this guy here, this other champion. Are you happy with your time, your performance tonight?
Yeah, it was fun, yeah, and I'm very happy with the under 38 seconds and also racing with him.
Fantastic. Cam, must be pretty special to have Taka here on home soil racing you in front of a Kiwi crowd.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm very appreciative for Taka and the Japanese swimmers and coaches to come over here and race. It's pretty meaningful racing for me and for Taka. Yeah, we've been long-time rivals, and it's awesome to be able to get head-to-head racing.
Tell us when you first started swimming together and racing together. How many years ago? Because you guys are can I still call you guys young?
Well, we're definitely not young, but 2 decades ago this year, 2006, was when we first raced each other.
20 years ago. Wow, that is so special. Congratulations to these absolute legends, ladies and gentlemen.
Special to watch two legends of parasport in action here at our National Aquatic Centre. We move to the next event, 125, the women's 50-metre freestyle multi-class. Our athletes are...
In lane 1 from Wharanui, Brooke Anderson. Lane 2 from Wharanui, Gabby Smith. Lane 3 from Australia, Mia Hogan. 4 from Australia, Kiralee Hayes. 5 from Hamilton Aquatics. Quinn Pike. 6 from Hamilton Aquatics. Riley Sayer. 7 from Zenith. Greer Holland. And lane 8 from Hamilton Aquatics, Melissa Donoghue. Riley Sayer in lane 6. She achieved the Para Pan Pacific time this morning in the heats, 35.44. So look out for her, but fast, coming through fast. Kiralee Hayes of Australia in lane 4, the S13 swimmer, 27.73 she did this morning. Coming through quickly, Mia Hogan and Quinn Pike. Quinn Pike, the first of the Kiwis to touch the wall, 29.90. And in comes lane 6, Riley Sayer. And Riley Sayer, 34.35. She's gone under that time she did this morning. Again, congratulations, Riley.
Yeah, great performances across our multi-class 50 freestyles this evening. Hayes from Australia, 27.67. Quinn Pike just off her New Zealand record. Melissa Donoghue just off her New Zealand record. But Riley Sayer, an improvement from this morning as well. So great to see those improvements across the board. So Hayes from Swimming Australia wins the gold. Riley Sayer will win the New Zealand gold in 34.35.
Riley Sayer. Riley, if you can come on over. Here with Kiralee Hayes. Congratulations, Kiralee, on a title here at the New Zealand Swimming Championships. 27 seconds. You looked amazing out there. Are you happy with your performance?
I'm absolutely ecstatic with my performance. This pool is fast. I absolutely love it. Thank you. Did
you hear that? She said the pool is fast. Well, that's a good thing. We think so too. Congratulations. And so is that your meet finished? You got a couple more? Have you got any events to go?
We've got the relay, so keep an eye out for that one.
Oh, that'll be a fun way to finish. Well done, Kiralee. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
We're going to chat to Riley Sayer now. Riley Sayer here. Congratulations, Riley. Put it there. A Para Pan Pacs time this morning, and you went even faster tonight. So congratulations. Special day for you.
I went in not wanting to go 35 again, and I did that. So, yeah, I'm done.
No relays. No, that's you. Warm down, junk food maybe, relax.
I can't wait for my Maccas, honestly.
Riley Sayer, ladies and gentlemen, Para Pan Pacs, and our champion tonight of the Kiwis.
Congratulations. We'll move now to a short break before we wrap up the first half of the evening, and then our medal ceremony. Welcome back to session 10 of the 2026 New Zealand Swimming Championships. Wrapping up the first half of our evening here. We started with that 400 individual medley, Scott.
I just want to watch this guy on screen here before we move to the wrap. Yeah, let's get into the wrap. 400 metres individual medley, yeah, what a race. Lewis Clareburt, 4:09, world-class time, just off his New Zealand record. It took him a while to really extend that lead, at least half of that event. as he said in the interview, he was like, wow, he's close.
Yeah, that's good. Good for us. Good for Ariel. Good for Lewis to see where Lewis is at the moment. He's, pushing his teammate. He said in Australia tonight, racing in Sydney Open, I believe. So he wants him and his training teammate from Australia to be that first and second place at the commies. We want him to be first. So this is a good performance to set him up for the year.
Absolutely. The 200-metre individual medley was the battle between the middle lanes, Georgina McCarthy, Zalika Pratt-Smith, and in the end, Georgina really took off quickly in that she said she really just went out, but that butterfly backstroke leg was solid. She had a 2-second margin at the halfway mark, which really set herself up well.
Yeah, backstroke leg was really where I believe she really took it to the rest of the field, but she backed it up with the breaststroke leg. She didn't let Pratt-Smith take control there, and with her experience and her bit of endurance from that 400 IM, she held her off on the freestyle for a good win.
The 200 metres individual medley for the women multi-class, there were 3 separate records in that event. Gabriella Smith, that was the Gabriella Smith with the Para-Pampax time, and then Charlotte Rosen and Chloe Gladwin both getting their respective New Zealand records there as well. So great to see them continuing to perform well. Then equaling his own New Zealand age group record was Grayson Coulter in the 50 butterfly. Well done to him. Then there we move to the 50-metre freestyle. Cameron Leslie and Taka Suzuki winning those, the international and the Kiwi honours there in the title of the 50 freestyle multi-class. And back to the women's 50 freestyle, Chelsea Edwards, just over 25 again. As she said, she would have loved to go under 25, but happy. That's one of the fastest times she's done.
Yeah, I think that's the challenge for her all week, is she's had some really good heat swims, so I'm sure after this event they'll be going back to the drawing board, figuring out how to find those little improvements from the heats to finals. Keep working on it, Chelsea. Want to see you back, and soon the consistency of sub-25s will come.
Absolutely. Riley Sayer, just to finish off these highlights, 50 freestyle for the women, the Para-Pampax time again, going faster than her heat this morning when she also did that, so congratulations. We'll be back after this break for the medal presentations. Welcome back to the New Zealand Swimming Championships 2026. We move to the medal presentations. And presenting medals looks like Nick Tung, Aqua Black, and one of our Swimming New Zealand selectors. Thank you, Nick. And we start with the 400 metres individual medley. Bronze medal goes to Declan Broadfoot, 4:36.54. Silver medal, Ariel Mochirahondo, 4:20.28 in a junior Pampac qualifying standard time. And winning, Lewis Clareburt, 4:09.47 in a Commonwealth Games and Pan Pacific qualifying standard time. Moving now to the 17-18 age group. Bronze goes to Ethan Stocks, 4:44.04. Second goes to Nemanja Markovic, North Shore, 4:41.15. And winning the gold, Ariel Mochirahondo, 4:20.28. Moving now to the 400 IM men's para. The gold goes to Ian Chen. No, we'll move to the next presentation. And it's Jonty Howling gets the bronze to 3:21.19. Silver goes to our visitor Bo Matthews, 2:14.92, and David Beck from United, 2:35.89. And the winners, visitor Kotaru Ogiwara, 2:28.39, and Asher Smith Franklin, Coast, 2:17.08. Moving now to event 34, the 200 IM for women. Bronze goes to Bridie Quayle, 2:20.76. Silver goes to Zylika Pratt-Smith, 2:20.20. And winning, Georgina McCarthy, 2:18.86, Hamilton Aquatics. Moving now to event 123, the 200 IM women multi-class. Bronze goes to Madeline McTurnan from Australia and Charlotte Rosen. 2:36.37 and 4 minutes 24.0. And congratulations to Charlotte on a New Zealand S18 record. Silver, Gabby Smith, 2:38.79. Parapampak's time for Gabby, and Chloe Gladwin, New Zealand record S19, 2:37.98 for the win. $50 butterfly for the men, multi-class, no, open. The open 50 butterfly, third, Carter Swift, 24.13. Waiting on our men in the 50 metres butterfly. We move to the next category. It is the 17, 18-year-old boys, 50 butterfly. Third goes to Orlando Hardy, 24.85. Silver goes to Kane Howard, Swim Zone Racing, 24.79. And Neo Solomonson wins the gold from Kiwi, 24.62. A great swim for Neo. Moving to the 50 freestyle for the women. Ray Kwan gets the bronze, 25.86. Silver goes to Zoe Pedersen, 25.75. And our visitor, Maya Zanka from Australia, 25.47. And the winner, Chelsea Edwards, 25.08. (17-18) girls 50 freestyle. Millie Bell and Tribeca Liu get the bronze. Our visitor bronze, and Millie Bell the New Zealand bronze. Milan Glintmeyer wins the gold, and Abigail Samuels the silver from Kiwi, 26.60. There is our 17, 18-year-old girls 50 freestyle medalists. Now we move to the 50 freestyle for men multi-class. In third place, David Beck, United, 27.34. Second goes to James Hayden, United, 27.13. And winning the golds, Cameron Leslie, New Zealand, and Taka Suzuki, Japan. .50 freestyle for the women multi-class. Gabby Smith wins the bronze, 31.07. Silver goes to Quinn Pike, Hamilton Aquatics, 29.90. Winning the gold in a Para-Pan Pacific qualifying standard time, Riley Sayer, Hamilton Aquatics, 34.35. And our visitor, Kira Lee Hayes, wins outright, 27.67. And now we go back to the 50 butterfly for the men. Third place, Carter Swift, 24.13, United. Silver, Jack Hendy, 23.97, United. And Cameron Gray wins from United, 23.91. Next up, we have a special presentation, a presentation of official Aqua Black numbers. Official Aqua Black numbers are awarded to swimmers who represent New Zealand at Olympic Games, Commonwealth Games, or World Championships. and will have their name and Aquablack number added to the Swimming New Zealand Honours Board behind the spectator seating on level 1. Our new Aquablacks are Louis Clark, Aquablack 289. Aquablack 290 is Amber George. Presented by Swimming New Zealand CEO Steve Johns. Aquablack 292, Savannah Eve Martin. Aquablack 293, Zoe Pedersen. Aquablack 294, Milana Tapper. Aquablack 295, Riley Sayer. And Aquablack 296, Asher Smith-Franklin. Congratulations to all our new Aquablacks, and you'll see their name on the board behind the spectator gallery here at the National Aquatic Centre. We'll be back after this break with the men's 200-metre breaststroke C-final. Welcome back. We move now to event 37, the men's 200 metres breaststroke. Just the B and A final for this event, and introducing the B finalists for you now. In lane 2 from Wharanui Swim Club, Sam McAllister. Lane 3 from Icebreaker Aquatics, Eric Wong. Lane 4 from St Paul's, John Park. Lane 5 from Pukekohe Swim Club, Daniel Smith. Lane 6 from North Canterbury, Robert Thompson. Lane 7 from North Shore, Owen Bow.
Underway here in our B final. Nice and even start across the field here. Lots of different breaststroke looking styles for our 17 and 18 age final. Looks to be Owen Bow out there in lane number 7, taking the early lead here at the 50-metre mark. His time this morning, 2:43.42. And in lane 5, Daniel Smith, our multi-class athlete. He went through in a 32.39. So good tie racing here at the start of our B final of the 200 breaststroke. Daniel Smith leading at the 100, 1:10.14. Close behind, Owen Bow, 1:10.50. Lane 4, John Park chasing hard at the back end. Their times this morning, 2:33 for John, 2:34 for Daniel, and Owen, 2:43. So a good swim coming up here from lane 7, Owen Bell. Can Daniel Smith hold off the aggressive John Park on this third 50? $38.98 on that 50 for Daniel Smith, our SB19 classified athlete. He looks to be trying to get up and go again. Daniel Smith from the Pukekohe Club. Multiple races across the week, multiple records. He's found another gear here with 20 metres left to swim of this B final, 17-18 age final. Owen Bell putting together a big swim here from lane 7 as well to improve on his heat swim. Daniel Smith, 2:28.82. Breaking that New Zealand record he set this morning by 5.5 seconds. What a weapon. Daniel Smith, the 17-year-old, 2:28.82.
Got to be up there with this, one of the swimmers of the meet here, Daniel Smith. Not just breaking, but smashing his New Zealand records here.
There's that summary of our B final. Daniel Smith taking that one out, 2:28.82. Up next, our A final.
In lane 1 from North Shore, Nicholas Cowan. Lane 2 from Kiwi, Liam Rees. Lane 3 from North Canterbury, Ryland Wheeler. 4 from Coast, Hara Hughes. Lane 5 from Roskill, Kevin Zhang. 6 from North Shore, Blair Helms. 7 from Porirua City Aquatics, Joseph Reha. And lane 8 from Phoenix Aquatics, Jethro Yoon. Hara Hughes, the 50-metre breaststroke champion. And Kevin Zhang. Breaststroking really well throughout this championships as well. And Kevin Zhang leads them out. Good bit of speed through this first 50. Blair Helms right there with them as well in lane 6. Zhang and Hughes into the second 50 now. A real event you've got to really pace. You've got to try and hold that glide a little bit longer, conserve that little bit of energy to really power up in that second 100. And Kevin Zhang, the winner of the 100. So you've got the conversions here. The Hara Hughes, the winner of the 50. Kevin Zhang, the winner of the 100. Who will win the 200 tonight? Kevin Zhang, hoping it to be him as he takes us through the first 100.
Equal at the first 100. This is a great battle. Kevin Zhang, Hara Hughes. Kevin with a great underwater there. Can Hara find that little bit of extra? He may need to get ahead of him before this last turn.
Well, that turn was incredible. Went in together, came out in front. Blair Helm sitting in third. Ryland Wheeler pushing there, the 17-year-old in lane 3. This one's going to hurt these boys in the final 50. They're going to really have to fight that fatigue. Try and keep those hips nice and high. Drive forward. Hara Hughes takes the lead with 50 metres to go. The Coast and Roskill teams on their feet. 40 metres to swim. Hara Hughes wanting to make it a 50 and 200 double here at the New Zealand Swimming Championships. Deafening here in the National Aquatic Centre. Absolutely deafening, with 15 metres to swim now for Hara Hughes, coming into his own now. Kevin Zhang just fatiguing a little bit in this final 25. And Blair Helms creeping up here. Blair Helms pushing it for a silver, but it'll be Hara Hughes to win it. And who's going to get second? Kevin Zhang goes through, just gets there for the silver by 4/100ths of a second over Blair Helms, who was finishing fast.
A great last 50 metres there for Hara Hughes. I think he saved that little bit of extra leg power for that back end there. A great solid swim for him, a great to win that national championships. Really dominant performance in the end. And there's that summary of results. 2:16, 2:4 to take out the gold medal. Zhang holds on to the silver, 2:20.22. And Blair Helms almost taking over that silver medal, but a 2:20.26 for the bronze.
Hara Hughes, congratulations. That really did look painful. 200 breaststroke, a very demanding event. You're right there with Kevin. You had to do something special in that last 50 and you delivered. Well done.
Thanks, Scott. Yeah, 200 is always going to hurt. I knew that. But just had to hold on. I ripped my race togs about like 20 minutes before the race. It got in my head a little bit. So I got into my little training pair. But yeah, and shout out to Sam Brown. He gave me a little spare cap. I ripped that as well. So a bit of fumbles, but came home and still was able to deliver, so I'm happy.
Well, if you can win in training togs as someone else's cap, maybe you're going to start that trend. Maybe that's how it works. Now, you finished on a high here. You won the 50, you won the 200. A relay to come tonight just to put the icing on the cake?
Yeah, get a hit out for the relay. Wasn't really what I wanted for this competition with my individual swims, but yeah, I mean, that's what it is. Happens, just opens. So yeah, I'll give the relay a hit out and yeah, a little bit of a break after that.
Congratulations, Hara Hughes, champion 200 breaststroke.
Congratulations there to our breaststroke athletes. We move now to event 38 in the program. The women's 800-metre freestyle, the last of our timed finals.
In lane one from Kiwi, Ruby Heath. Lane 2 from Neptune, Amelia Fino. Lane 3 from Coast, Eve Thomas. 4 from North Shore, Erica Fairweather. 5 from Neptune, Caitlin Deans. 6 from St Peters, Alyssa Tapper. 7 from North Shore, Kezia Bassini. And 8 from North Shore, Alexis Bassini. So we saw it over the 400, we saw it over the 1500. Now they meet in the middle at the 800 metres freestyle for women. Erica Fairweather with a time of 8:20. Now Erica Fairweather has already reached the qualifying standard for the Commonwealth Games A time and PAMPAC A time. Caitlin Deans has reached the PAMPAC A time in previous meets. So well done to them. They'll be wanting to prove themselves again tonight. And Eve Thomas also, as she's done in the previous distance events, has got through to that PAMPAC time. So the three of them in the middle of the pool. Erica Fairweather heads away, a body length clear of Caitlin Deans at the moment, then back to Eve Thomas. Sitting fourth at the moment, Alyssa Tapper, St Peters.
We talked about it before the events tonight, Scott. Erica Fairweather really pushing that first part of the race, putting that gap between herself, Caitlin, and Eve from the get-go, utilising her speed and strength to begin all of her races here this week at our national championships. She's gone through in a 58.63, the New Zealand record 8:17.65, held by Lauren Boyle back in 2015, so a solid time to try and achieve that. But you never know the form she's in. She's got that 200 freestyle. How's she feeling here on day 5, session 10 of our national championships?
Yeah, when you look at that time of 8:17, Steve, you're going to have an average of 102. And that's where she got to sit. So she started obviously faster off the block. We'll be watching those splits to see if she can hold that average. And we'll know pretty clearly whether she's going to get anywhere near that.
Is there any different tactics tonight from Caitlin to try and take over that silver medal position from Eve, who's come back at her on that last 50 almost in every race they've raced this week? So to be good to watch. Caitlin had a good 200 as well, so can she find another level in this 800 on session 10?
Yeah, 31 seconds is the magic number for Erica Fairweather to be on track for that 8:16, 8:17. And if we're seeing just over 31s, could see us towards the 8:20s there, 31 and a half there. And Caitlin Deans, 32.25. Eve Thomas had a good 50 there, 32.06. So never much between Caitlin Deans and Eve Thomas in these championships. And what we've seen so far, Alyssa Tapper, the 18-year-old in lane 6, the New Zealand age group record, 8:37.75. The entry time of 8:51.69. So just 13, 14 seconds off that. But that actually isn't much in an 800-metre freestyle. We've seen big improvements in these distance events.
A 31.59 for that 50 there for Erica. So good consistent 50s coming in at this stage. Just keep an eye on Alyssa. She'll be aiming for that national title in the 17, 18-year-old age group as well. So the 18-year-old New Zealand record actually held by Eve Thomas as well. So it's all in here in the pool tonight. 31.57 for Erica, that 50 there, as she heads towards the 400-metre mark.
Ruby Heath at 26 years of age in lane 1. She has been distance swimming for most of her career. She's won the New Zealand Open Water Championships. Great to see her still here, still making these national finals. And we come through to the 400-metre mark. 4:07.51. She's looking good at the moment. Graham Hill just trying to put the 7 over to Erica Fairweather. Whether he can see his fingers, I'm not sure, but a 4:07 through the 400 metres. Caitlin Deans and Eve Thomas a further 5.5 seconds back.
Eve taking over that silver medal position a bit earlier this evening in terms of where she's normally been in the race. Normally waited a little bit longer to make that attack on Caitlin, but she's taking control of that second position now. A 32.0 there for Eve Thomas on that 50.
The Bassini sisters over there in 7 and 8 from North Shore. The 18-year-olds. And now with 300 metres left to swim here in the 800-metre freestyle for the women.
.32.16. Can she find another gear as she moves in? 300 metres left to swim.
Now this is interesting, Steve. Eve Thomas has moved herself into second position here. Looking strong, making her move with 300 metres to go. Caitlin Deans won't want to let that get away on her. She'll be working hard.
Interesting to watch which side they're breathing on when they see each other. At this stage, Caitlin on the way down to the 50-metre end, breathing away from Eve. Eve looking across, then on the way back, the reversal. Will Caitlin see those little kick bubbles from Eve and try and find another level? But it looks Eve's taking really good control of the second place now, really digging deep.
Now, I think, Steve, it's hard to say, but I reckon this gap's closing. I reckon Eve Thomas has made some inroads here into Erica Fairweather. Let's check out the splits, see how they're going. Erica goes through with 200 metres left to swim, 32.79. And Eve Thomas, 32.1. There you go. Erica Fairweather has slowed down. Eve Thomas is speeding up. That gap is closing. 200 metres to go. This could be interesting. Does Erica Fairweather have another gear here?
Yeah, that's all on here. Day 5 of the National Championships. There's a lot of racing. When we think back last night, Erica Fairweather, another 155, 203. You know, putting it out there for her teammates. Those sort of things can come back and get you at these national champs. But Eve Thomas, let's check on their splits. Erica Fairweather, 32.9. Eve, 32.4. So a little gain again from Eve.
A little half second there. Each lap it's going to add up. Eve Thomas doing a great job. Now well in front of Caitlin Deans, a couple of body lengths behind. Looking back to fourth, Alyssa Tapper, 7.04 through that 650 metre mark.
The ever-important whistle in at 800 free. 100 metres left to swim for our athletes here. Can Erica hold off a fast-finishing Eve Thomas? I think it may be too much for Eve, but you never know in these sort of races. Eve always finishing strong. She always uplifts that kick from about a 6 beat to about a 15 beat.
Yeah, there's no kick coming off the back of Erica Fairweather. You do wonder whether... has she just puttoned off? Is she? I'm not sure. But you've got a lot of kick coming out of Eve Thomas here, a lot of kick coming out of Caitlin Deans. And now the kick comes in for Erica Fairweather in the final lap. But just 3 seconds separating now. Eve Thomas really pushing hard in this final 50. But Erica Fairweather well and truly in front. She will win this title for the 800 metre freestyle women. And let's have a look at the time for Eve Thomas. The Pan Pacific qualifying time of 8:34.62. She's going to be well under that finish. 8:26, well done to Erica Fairweather. And Eve Thomas, 8:28. Caitlin Deans, 8:35. And look at Alyssa Tapper coming in. Can be just outside that. It's a good swim for her, just outside the New Zealand age group record there. Here comes Ruby Heath and Amelia Finer. And Ruby Heath's done many, many years down at Dunedin. That's where Amelia Finer swims now. And Amelia Finer's done a good job of that final 50. Ruby Heath comes in 6th place. In come the sisters, Kezia Bassini in lane 7, Alexis Bassini, lane 8. Great job there from all of our women in the 800 metres freestyle.
We talked about that aggression at the start of her races. Erica Fairweather put that big lead in. Whether she backed off, whether she was feeling it, who knows? Scott might find out for us in a moment, but a good performance again. Another national championship title for Erica Fairweather from North Shore. Eve Thomas gaining that Pan Pacific time easily 6 seconds under it. So congratulations to both those athletes. And Caitlin Dean's taking out the bronze, 8:35.61.
Erica, you've done the triple, the 400, 800, 1500. It's all yours. What a week for you. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's been a massive week, Scott, but I'm glad it's done now.
You took off real quick, big gap there. Talk us through your 800, sort of in the 200s. 4 lots of 200. How did you play it in the mental game?
Yeah, to be honest, that was a pretty poor race for me. There's no hiding that. I'm pretty disappointed with that. It's been a big week, though. I've swum well under the qualifying time earlier in the season, so yeah, it's just managing that tiredness through.
You've got a lot to be proud of this week. Some fantastic times right near your PBs, or betting your PBs must be good.
Absolutely, it's a good sign going forward.
Erica Fairweather, 800 metre champion.
Congratulations. We move now to the next event in our program, event 39, the 200-metre breaststroke for our women. First up is our C finalists.
.200 breaststroke for women. In lane 1, Bianca Chan, Roskill. 2, Lexi Biffin, North Shore. 3, Ariana Neems, Howick Pakaranga. 4, Jasmine Lyles, Phoenix. 5, Sophia Neems, Howick Pakaranga. 6, Imogen Child, North Shore. 7, Jasmine Reeder, North Shore. 8, Olivia McBride, Kiwi.
Jasmine Lyles leading through the C final here. 36.86, her first 50 split. From the Phoenix Aquatics Club, coached by David Lyles, a father. Looking out for an attack here coming from lane number 5. Sophia Neems from the Howick Pakaranga Club. But Jasmine still in control at this stage at the 100 metres. 1:18.76, a 41.9 for her. Neems in second. Chan down in lane 1 in third position at this stage. Beautiful looking stroke, Jasmine Lyles. Really utilising that kick and glide position, tucking that head into line, then driving forward with that powerful breaststroke kick. Lots of 13, 14-year-olds in the C final as well. Lexi Biffin, 13. Ariana Neems from Howick Pakaranga. And Imogen Child, a 14-year-old from North Shore in lane 6. So as we look ahead to the A final, April Lynn, the 13-year-old, also. So our age groups right across here, backing up after Nags to come and have another go at this 200-metre breaststroke. But it is Jasmine Lyles still leading this one. 15 metres left for Jasmine Lyles. 2:47.01 this morning. She'll be looking to beat that time here this evening. And she does. 2:44.17 to take out our C final. Second place, Sophia Neems, 2:48.49. And in third position, Jasmine Reeder, 2:51.24. But Jasmine Lyles leading from start to finish in our C final here this evening. As our athletes exit the water, we'll check out the summary of those results. Some good times across the board for all our C finalists. As we move now to the B final, our 17 and 18-year-old age final.
In lane 1 from Pukekohe, Jessica Cochran. Lane 2 from Pirates, Kate Hurley. 3 from Icebreaker Aquatics, Scout Carter. 4 from Central Hawke's Bay Swimming, Paige Franklin. 5 from North Shore, Olivia Bates. 6 from Blenheim, Nicola Lovell. 7 from St Paul's, Isabel Blackmore. 8 from United, Kerry Lovett. B final, 17, 18-year-olds, women's 200 metres breaststroke. 3 of them in the middle of the pool swimming a 2:48 this morning, and one swimming a 2:49. So this is going to be a pretty close race this evening. Paige Franklin, the fastest through. And Paige Franklin leads the way down this first 50. Each swimmer having different tactics here in the 200 breaststroke. Some wanting to just hold back, conserve some energy, and come from behind in the second 100. And others just wanting to attack it from the beginning. Give themselves confidence to try and hold on all the way through to the end. And it is lane 4 and 6 at the moment. Paige Franklin and Nicola Lovell. Also coming strongly, lane 1 and 2. This is Jessica Cochran, Kate Hurley.
We saw Lovell earlier this evening have a very good race. So good to see her backing up again and being out in front. She a huge PB, I think, was that 200 IM, 9 seconds faster from her heat to final. So let's see what she's got. She had a great back end of that 200 IM. Let's see if she can do the same here in this B final. But Paige Franklin leading still 1:17.20 at this stage.
Now with how Nicola Lovell swum this morning, she's probably at an all-time high of confidence and really just attacking this 200-metre breaststroke. She's like, I don't care what lane I'm in, I'm going to win it from lane 6.
Keep an eye on Bates, though, from the North Shore Club. She's coming up strong in this third 50. She's been having some good back end of her races all week. Bit of a distance athlete, I believe. So keep an eye on her, but going to be close at this 150-metre mark now.
Yeah, crunch time here in this 200 breaststroke. 17-year-old Paige Franklin leads, but just by 0.3 of a second. Nicola Lovell, the 18-year-old, the 17-year-old in 6. And now starting to come through Olivia Bates from North Shore in lane 5. The club's on their feet, cheering, whistling down the final 50. Nicola Lovell starting to make her move. Stroke for stroke with Paige Franklin. Nicola Lovell just a fingernail in front at the moment. They're going to really have to time this touch. Nicola Lovell, but look at Olivia Bates coming through. Paige Franklin. What a win for Paige Franklin. Rewarded for her early work in that event. 5/100ths of a second. That's
got that touch. Got that touch. That's what it came down to. All three. Fantastic race there in that last 50 of our 200 breaststroke. Franklin let it off. The other girls trying to attack. Bates left it too late. Let's have keeping a close eye on this one.
You know what it was? It was just that really fire out, that last stroke. She knew it was close. She could see them in the corner of her eye. And she's done that before, I think. Paige Franklin, well done. Next up, the A final of the women's 200 metres breaststroke. In lane 1 from United, Ava Neems. Lane 2 from United, Alex McIntosh. 3 from Phoenix, April Lynn. 4 from Waitakere Swim Club, Brianna Crawford. 5 from Coast, Zylika Pratt-Smith. 6 from North Shore, Grace Jeromson. 7 from North Shore, Chelsea White. 8 from Jazzy, Jenna Borea. The 200 breaststroke A final for the women. Away to a good start there, Zylika Pratt-Smith. The 13-year-old April Lynn in lane 3. New Zealand age group record breaker this morning, 2:37.78. And already Brianna Crawford decides, nope, I'm going to get myself into the lead here. Starting strongly. Nice high hit position. And probably a 0.3 margin at the 50. Let's have a look at it. Actually 0.7, so a good second 25 in that first length for Brianna Crawford. Now the job is Zalika to stick with it and build throughout that second 100. April Lynn sitting in fourth, and sitting in third at the moment, that is Alex McIntosh in lane 2.
Be interesting to watch how their strokes develop over this 200. With Zalika already swimming that 200 AM, will that affect her in any single way? Brianna leading through in 1:11.14. Zalika Pratt-Smith 1:12.17.
New Zealand record held by Brianna Crawford 2:29.09. And a body length opened up now. Zalika Pratt-Smith working hard to try and stay in touch here in this very important third 50. This is where coaches will tell these swimmers they need to really up the energy level. Really dig in. This is when the fatigue starts to hit in now. Brianna Crawford, no change in that lead at the moment of body length. Interesting here for third. It is Grace Jeromson of North Shore who might, no, they're all touched together. April Lynn, Alex McIntosh, Grace Jeromson, there for the bronze medal for the taking. Brianna Crawford opening up that lead now to 1.5 body lengths. Zalika Pratt-Smith sitting in second comfortably. Now April Lynn, the New Zealand age group record holder, coming through. April Lynn, look at those high hits and that undulating movement. And Brianna Crawford, let's bring her home, the national champion, comes in 2:30.09, just over her New Zealand record. Zalika Pratt-Smith takes the silver, and April Lynn, a new New Zealand age group record for April Lynn.
2:36.70, April Lynn beating her record by 1 full second there. So a great swim and a bronze medal for her at the Open Championships as well. So awesome to see the future of our breaststroke looking bright. But Brianna Crawford, really from that second 25 onwards, it was her race to lose. Held together her form nice and strong the entire race. So she's taking out the trifecta this week, the 50, 100 and 200. Fantastic performances, just a second outside her New Zealand record. So a good performance there again from Brianna. Always takes a little bit longer for our breaststroke athletes to exit the water. The use of those legs really takes it out of them. And she'll catch up with Scott Rice.
Well done, Brianna. I'd like to give you an extra 1 minute to take a breath, but I can't, unfortunately. How are those legs?
Bit cooked, but that's all right.
As expected. Superb performance tonight, just over your New Zealand record. You're right there at your best. You must be pleased with that one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty pleased with that, all things considered. I mean, it doesn't help getting sick 2 weeks before the meet, so taking that into consideration, like, this week wasn't quite what I wanted, but I think it shows good signs for short course and moving forward, so it's exciting.
So that is the goal, world short course end of the year?
Yeah, that would be like just the cherry on the top.
Brianna Crawford, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations on your win.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
We move now to the next event in our program, event number 40, the men's 100-metre backstroke. Up first is our C finalists.
C final of the men's 100 backstroke. Lane 1, Case Glintmeyer, Coast. 2, Ethan McDonald, Hamilton Aquatics. 3, Donald Tian, Coast. 4, Samuel Potching, North Shore. 5, Daniel Williams, Swim Zone Racing. 6, Lan Hamlin O, Coast. 7, John Quirk, North Shore. And lane 8, Vincent Downs, Honey United.
Take a look at that first 50 there. It is Samuel Potching, 28.31, leading this one through. The North Shore athlete, 23-year-old. His time this morning, 58.11. But popping up out of lane 2, Ethan McDonald showing strong as well from Hamilton. Can Potching hold on here in this 100-metre backstroke C final? Solid performance. And it is a 57.83 for Potching to take out the C final. Good improvement from this morning's swim for him. Leading from start to finish there. Second position went to Ethan McDonald of Hamilton. Third, Daniel Williams of Swim Zone. All with good improvements from heats to finals. Here's our summary of results as we move now to the B final of the 100 backstroke.
Lane 1 from North Shore, Osbert Gu. Lane 2 from St Paul's, Lucas Percival. Lane 3 from Kiwi, Alfie Weatherston Harvey. 4 from Phoenix, Yinok Zhang. 5 from Wharanui, Harrison James. 6 from Coast, Hans Hoff. 7 from Roskill, Daniel Kriegting. 8 from Wharanui, Tyson Lynch. Well, still recovering from Tyson Lynch's pre-swim dance there. Outrageous. Away we go in the B final, the 17, 18-year-old boys. 100-metre backstroke. Pretty even across the field down the first 25. Nothing in it. We're going to have to wait till the turn to see who is in front. Maybe lane 7 here. Daniel Kriegting. Daniel Kriegting leads. The 18-year-old from Roskill. He's got a lead of about 0.15 over Yinok Zhang.
Who's got a good underwater here was Kriegting, who came out in front after that turn. Building nicely, but here comes Yinok. He went through.
Still Daniel Kriegting leads this B final. Challengers coming in the middle of the pool. Lane 3. Alfie Weatherston Harvey. The award winner from earlier in the champs. I think Weatherston Harvey's going to get there. He does. Kriegting gets second to the wall, 58.90. And all seem pretty happy with that.
Yeah, all the boys here in our 17-18 B final, all faster than this morning's heat swim. So good performances here on session 10 of our national championships. Couple more 17-18-year-old age groupers still to swim in the A final coming up next, but good to see that time improvement. Weatherston Harvey happy with that 100 backstroke swim after some solid distance events all week. And that's our summary there as we move now to the A final.
In lane 1 from Phoenix Aquatics, Brandon Holder. Lane 2 from Liz Van Willy Aquatics, Mitch Ellis. Lane 3 from Swimming Australia, Josh Edward Smith. 4 from Coast Swimming Club, Jasper Cornish. 5 from Neptune. Kane follows. 6 from Wharanui. Lucas Bell. Lane 7 from Northwave. Tirero Paki. And lane 8 from Ngātai Tuatia Ataraika Swimming. Alessandro Esposito. Away we go in this A final. Great underwater work by Jasper Cornish, and equally in lane 1, Brandon Holder of Phoenix. Cornish goes down the first 25 in front. Going well in 6, this is Lucas Bell, the junior Pan Pac qualifier. Lucas Bell in 6. Jasper Cornish in 4. Going well in 8 there as well. Alessandro Esposito's right there too. Kane follows, turns second, 26.89. The experience of Kane. Kane follows, and Jasper Cornish here. Jasper Cornish in lane 4. Beautiful turn and underwater work by Cornish. He won the 50. Can he win the 100? Coming fast is Kane follows in lane 5. Jasper Cornish holding on. Can he win the 100 metres backstroke? He goes to the wall. And Kane follows, gets there by 1/100th of a second. It does not get closer than that. Pumping the fist, he's happy with that. Kane follows for Neptune Swim Club, winning by 1/100th of a second. And let's have a look at this dive finish here. The big lunge to the wall. Cornish was definitely in front, but it was this touch by Follows that gets there first.
A great finish there from all our athletes. Great to see. Also, Lucas Bell taking out that bronze medal, 55.83. Well under that junior Pan-Pacific qualification standard for that 17-year-old. Amazing swim there, bronze medal. Follows, takes the gold. Great racing from our backstrokers here on session 10 of our national championships. And here's Scotty with Kane.
Kane, what a way to finish your championships this week. 1/100th of a second, but that's enough. Win's a win. Congratulations.
Cheers, thanks very much. I let the young boys get me in the 50 and the 2, so I thought it was time to show them, you know, an old dog still got some tricks up his sleeve.
I wouldn't call you an old dog. You're doing well. That second 50, you had to really bring it home. And that finish, is that something you've worked on, that dive finish in to get the fingers on the wall first?
Yeah, 100%. I'm probably known for having a bad finish, so it's been a focus for the past couple of years, but good to get it done in the end.
Now, you're teaching full-time at the moment. Must be a bit of a juggle, right, with the swimming?
Yeah, it's kind of a full-time teacher, part-time swimmer at the moment, but I'm loving it. I'll be back at work on Tuesday, keep teaching cash flow forecasts to my year 12, so back to reality pretty quick.
Hopefully they'll know you're a national champion in the 100 backstroke, surely.
Yeah, well, maybe a bit of street cred with the kids now that I'll go back to school and be a national champ, but yeah, stoked with it.
Super good aura for you. Well done.
Congratulations, Kane, and our backstroke athletes. We'll be back after a short break for our relays. All coming up next.
Welcome back in. We move to event 126, the 4x100 metre medley mixed relay multi-class. In lane 1, it's NZ S14s. Lane 2, Swimming Australia B. Lane 3, Swimming Australia A. Lane 4, NZ 34 point. 5, NZ Mixed S19s. Lane 6, 475, NZ Mixed. Lane 7, 472, NZ Mixed S18s. And lane 8, Swimming Australia C. The multi-class 4x100 metre medley mixed relay. So mixed gender, 2 guys, 2 girls, and deciding which strokes they all do. And as you can see, some of the men have stepped up for the backstroke, and some of the women have too. So it's going to be a lot of changes of lead here, I'm suspecting. And leading out at the moment is Kotaro Ogiwara from Japan. So he's swimming for the Swimming Australia team.
Great,
what's going on here?
Great to have the multi-class athletes all mixed in our relays here, and obviously mixed nations as well. So a bit of an international flavour over here in lane 8, Swimming Australia C, including Japan. And Ogiwara, what an absolute amazing backstroker. Here's the catch on his left arm. Impressive.
That is crazy. How fast he went. 107.56, one arm. And into the breaststroke leg we go. And that takes Australia C into the lead. And coming through in lane 3, this is Riley Moore of Australia.
In lane 4, Jessica Johnson, one of our strongest breaststrokers in our multi-class athletes. So great to see her getting another crack at her 100-metre breaststroke swim.
Riley Moore in the breaststroke for Swimming Australia A, looking back in lanes 1 and 2. James Hayden in 1, Beau Matthews for Australia B in 2. And James Hayden's cap just perching on the top there, hoping to make it through to the turn.
Handing over to Asher Smith-Franklin. We'll keep an eye on his 100-metre butterfly sprint. Always loved and enjoyed watching Asher's butterfly as he heads into the water for the New Zealand S14s team. In lane 2, Darren Sisman from Australia B up against Daniel Rigby. So good performances in lanes 1, 2 and 3. These butterfly strengths all appearing now.
Declan Budd over there in lane 8 for Australia C. Into the water, lane 6, that is Arta Chemenko, the NZ mixed team. Chloe Gladwin goes in now in the butterfly leg. And still Australia, it is lane 5, NZ Mix S19s. They're into the water in their butterfly leg now. And now into the final legs, our Australian teams A and B. This is Kiralee Hayes and Mia Hogan. And the first of our Kiwi teams, S14, this is Jack Bugler, who's going to bring him home in anchor.
Madeline McTurnan for Swimming Australia C over in lane 8. She's heading down her way of her first 50 in her 100 freestyle. Jonty Howland into the water as well for his 100 freestyle in lane 4.
Charlotte Rosen just finished the breaststroke. Into the water goes Amy Van Aert for the 100 metres butterfly.
Chloe Gladwin here, a good-looking butterfly as she looks to hand over to Charlie Elderton, the 14-year-old. Great to have him here, part of our multi-class relays.
And winning and finishing at the wall, Swimming Australia B takes out Swimming Australia A. And NZS14s are the first of the Kiwi teams to touch the wall. Not sure how the algorithm works with this one, Steve, with the relays, but we'll have to wait and see. Jonty Howland powering down the freestyle leg here for the NZ 34-point team.
A 123 split there for Jonty on that 100 freestyle. A good performance from him to finish off his national championships.
This is Kithmi Kandagoda Gamache in lane 6 for NZ Mixed. And coming in lane 5, Charlie Alderton, the 14-year-old for NZ Mixed S19s. Amy Van Aert is coming in the butterfly. Jack McMillan, the record breaker from today. You ready to go, Jack? He's ready to roll. Away we go. Jack McMillan anchoring NZ Mix S18s.
Beautiful looking freestyle from Jack here, swimming for his team.
He's got a great freestyle, and he's absolutely smashed the New Zealand records in the freestyle for the S18s, these championships. He's 20 years of age. Haven't seen him too much on the national scene, so good to see him here.
$50 metres left to swim. Jack went through in a 37.87 for his first 50. Beautiful bilateral breather. Well, he was until that stage. Here he goes, 25 metres left to swim. Big Jack McMillan for his S18 team.
Doing it for the team here. Let's make some noise for Jack McMillan and the rest of the multi-class swimmers here in this final event for them at the New Zealand Championships. Great job, Jack, and to all the multi-class swimmers. And we'll wait for the results. And the team at Swimming New Zealand doing the hokery-pokery on the results to find out who's won here. There's Jonty Howland. Nice slow-mo action shot.
Just waiting on those summary of results for our multi-class relay.
A reminder, straight after this session tonight, we're announcing selections for Junior Open Water World Champs, Junior Pan Pac Champs, Pan Pacific Champs, Para Pan Pacific Championships, and nominations for the Youth Olympic Games and Commonwealth Games. And there's the team win. It is Swimming Australia B. So we'll get a Swimming Australia B over for a chat, and we'll get a quick word from the New Zealand S14s. New Zealand S14s, we'll get a quick word with you as well. So Swimming Australia B and the S14s for New Zealand. You want to come over for a quick chat? Okay, this is Swimming Australia B. Now, what I want to know is how good does it feel to beat the A team?
It feels fantastic.
Are you gonna sort of pay out of them and say, you know, give them a little bit of stick afterwards?
We all played a part in a relay. We all worked together really well, so we all deserve a little credit.
You absolutely all deserve credit. Now, do you swim together before? Is this the first time you've swum together in a relay?
First time swimming together. It was a great experience.
This is Swimming Australia B, ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the relay tonight. Congratulations. And now we chat to the S14 team. James, you've had a great meet this week. You're sprinting really, really well. You got away to a good start there. What does this mean for you guys? Great to be here tonight and win this one?
Yeah, we're working together. It's good to be back together after Thailand, which was pretty cool together.
Nice work. And David, how did you perform in that? Are you happy with your performance for the team?
Absolutely. With everything I've done this week, I really think I've nailed it.
You absolutely have nailed it. And Jack, good swim, good meet for you. Where's your other teammate, by the way?
He's run away somewhere.
He's run away. Well, it's just the three of you. Well, congratulations, Jack, on a great performance.
Thank you.
This is the NZ S14's team.
We move now to the next event in our program. Event 41, the 4x100 medley for women, the first of our two-time finals. And in lane 3, Swimming Australia B. In lane 4, United Swimming Club C team. And in lane 5, the Swimming Australia A team.
The first of two time finals for the 4x100 metre medley relay for the women. And as we get underway, just a couple of disqualifications to announce from previous events. Event 126, the final, and lane 4 and 5.
Leading the way in this first of our time finals, Ivy Miller from Swimming Australia, 30.73. A good split from her as she heads through the 75 metre mark. Swimming Australia B team not far behind, and the United C team in the third position at this stage. Great to have our Australians here for the week at our national championships, improving our competition. 102.80 there for Ivy Miller. She passes over to Maya Zanka, the 17-year-old for Swimming Australia B. Sasha Henriksen and Kerry Lovett for United C. In the relays the other evening, the Australian team in the first of the time finals put together some times that really challenged that second time final. Unfortunately, not in that race, but I think they took out the silver medal from Heat 1. So they're really trying to put the challenge to the rest of our New Zealand teams. This Australia A team looking sharp at this stage. Maya Zunker went through in a 33.17 as she looks to hand over Alice Monaghan. United C into the water. For the Australia B team, Tribeca Liu, the 17-year-old, she's had a good week across butterfly and freestyle distances. 27.88 there for Alice from Swimming Australia A, 28.00. And Macy Haynes in the water for United C. Phoebe Bentley, the last swimmer for Swimming Australia A. A 32.8 there to finish her 100-metre butterfly there for Alice Monaghan. Giselle Davey into the water here for Swimming Australia B. And Marley Coverdale, the 14-year-old for the United C team, for her last 100 metres of this National Championships. Looking through the splits here, 102 Ivy Miller for the backstroke, 111 for the 100 breaststroke, and Alice 1 minute .71 in the butterfly. Phoebe Bentley finishing off this first of our time finals. Australia A team easily taking this win. 4:10.34. A 55.60 for Phoebe to finish her championships here in New Zealand. Australia B team 4:19.19. The 57.03 there for Giselle Davey. And the United C team 4:34.46. That was the first of our time finals in the women's medley relay. That's our summary of the first of our time finals as we move to final number 2 of the women's 4x100 medley.
In lane 1, North Shore Swimming Club B team. Lane 2, Coast Swimming Club B. 3, United Swim Club A. 4, Coast A. 5, North Shore A. 6, United B. 7, Hamilton Aquatics A. And 8, Coast C. So watch out for our champion Amber George, the 100-metre champion in lane 4. Savannah Eve Martin for Coast B in lane 2. You got Tess Winneray in there for North Shore A in 5. Jessie Welch for United A in 3. And lane 4, Amber George goes down, and it's lane 2 also. This is Savannah Eve Martin. Savannah Eve Martin goes through first for Coast B. 29-27.
Another great battle between these two of our best backstrokers in New Zealand. Amber George just pipping Savannah Eve in the 50 and the 100, but can Savannah get one back tonight in this medley relay lead-off? Close once again between these two backstrokers.
Let's see who's going to get there first. Lane 5, that's Tess Winneray. It will be lane 4, so Amber George takes them through just by 0.2 of a second. B is next, North Shore A third. The breaststroke is in the water now. Grace Jeromson for North Shore, Zylika Pratt-Smith for Coast A, Suchi Chia for Coast B, Alex McIntosh for United. Zylika Pratt-Smith extending this lead for Coast A. North Shore getting themselves in the same as Coast B, through at the same time. Coast A leading the way, North Shore edging themselves into second place at the moment. Coast B falling back into third. Perhaps coming to challenge, this is Alex McIntosh in lane 3, challenging for third. You got Gina McCarthy on the other side for Hamilton Aquatics A. And now into the butterfly leg, it is Milan Glintmeyer.
Milan Glintmeyer had a great week here at our national championships. 28.13 for her first 50. Amelia Bray 28.05. Holding on to a strong second position for the North Shore Club. She'll hand over to Chelsea Edwards. Zoe Pedersen for Coast coming up next.
Look at this beautiful butterfly of Milan Glintmeyer. You can see just the power in this stroke, just springing along down this final 25. Hardly looks like any fatigue coming into the wall here for Coast A. And Zoe Pedersen will go into the water for the 100 metres freestyle. Chelsea Edwards will chase, but they've done enough. Coast well and truly out in front. No one will catch them from here. Chelsea Edwards cementing the silver medal position. And out there in lane 7, that is Hamilton Aquatics' Alyssa Lawson, the 16-year-old.
Dominant performance here from the Coast Swim Club A team. The team, Amber George 101.29, Zylika Pratt-Smith 109.46, Milan Glintmeyer 60.04, and then finishing with the fast finishing Zoe Pedersen, an easy win for the Coast women's team to finish off a great week from their athletes. Zoe Pedersen touches 4:06.53. She finishes on a 55.74. Chelsea Edwards finishing off with a 54.91.
And it'll be Hamilton Aquatics that takes out the bronze medal. And that's a wrap on the second of the two-time finals.
Just noting there, the Coast Swim Club takes out the gold 4:06.53. Swimming Australia A team from the first-time final beats the North Shore team there. So Australia A 4:10.34, North Shore the New Zealand silver with 4:11.91. Hamilton Aquatics with the New Zealand bronze. As those athletes ex awarded, there's our summary of results as we move to the last event. 2 finals still to swim of our national championships. First up, final number 1 of our men's 4x100 medley final.
In lane 2, Swimming Australia A. Lane 3, St Paul's A. 4, North Shore Swimming Club C. 5, Kiwi A. 6, Coast C. Coast C in lane 6, and it is Swimming Australia A in 2. Like we did in the previous, we'll just keep a track on the Swimming Australia A times here from this first time final. This is Josh Edwards-Smith.
.56.87 there for Josh Edwards-Smith. Swimming Australia A leading this one through. Coast C team in second position, Donald Tian with a 58.8. William Wang swimming for the Coast C team in second. Haijun Jun from Swimming Australia A. In the middle of the pool now, making a comeback, Liam Rees. 30.95 for him from the Kiwi club. But Swimming Australia A taking good control of this race so far, with some great athletes still to swim here. Thomas Nankervis, the next athlete for Swimming Australia A. But for Kiwi, Neo Salomonson swimming up next in his butterfly lap. Keep an eye on him. A 105.04 for Haijun Jun from Swimming Australia A. .24.56 Thomas Nankervis. A 25.4 for Neo from Kiwi. North Shore holding on to third position in this first of our time finals at this stage. Harvey Lark, the 20-year-old, will finish this off for Swimming Australia A team. 54.17 there for Nankervis. .55.02 there for Neo. A close battle appearing between the North Shore and Coast teams. Harvey Lark, 15 metres left to swim. A 23.9 on that first 50. Strong performance here. We'll keep an eye on their time as we go into the second of our time finals. Let's see what time he can split in this 100 metre. Lark coming in, Swimming Australia A. 50.07, 346.15 for Swimming Australia A. The Kiwi Club, 357.89. And then the Coast C team, 401.17. Third position at this stage. Good performance there from the Swimming Australia A team. And now we come to the last race of our national championships. Be some good battles across the field as we look at the names popping up. Here they come, final number 2.
In lane 1, it's the United Swimming Club C team. Lane 2, North Shore B. Lane 3, United B. Lane 4, United A. Lane 5, Coast A. 6, North Shore A. 7, Coast B. 8, Wharanui A. And a big shout out to William Campbell on his swan song relay and championships. Away we go, the final event, final race of the New Zealand Swimming Championships 2026. And in lane 4 here, this is Cameron Gray, Jasper Cornish in 5. Cameron Gray really started his swimming, age group swimming, as a backstroker. Doesn't do a lot of it anymore.
Keep an eye on his turn in this underwater. Jasper Cornish just got second in that 100 backstroke. Not so 15 minutes ago. A good battle there between the middle. Keep an eye on Lucas Bell out lane 8, third in the 100 backstroke as well.
Now stroke for stroke, Jasper just missing out by 1/100th of a second in that 100 metre backstroke. But now Cameron Gray and Jasper Cornish, stroke for stroke. Cornish starts to pull in front now, giving his Coast team a good lead into the breaststroke leg. Hara Hughes goes in. Into the water goes Blair Helms and Lewis Clareburt. Lewis Clareburt and Hara Hughes at the front in lanes 4 and 5. North Shore, Blair Helms in 6. Caleb Yin for United in lane 3. Doing quite well out there. That's Sam McAllister for Wharanui. The volume in this National Aquatic Centre is raising by the minute.
28.74, Hara Hughes, 29.32, Lewis Clareburt. Hara's going to have to really motor down this one. Some good performance still to come from both these teams, but Carter Swift lining up.
He guts it through the 200. We know he's got the back end. Hara Hughes still keeping in front here of Lewis Clareburt. Blair Helms in lane 6 for North Shore. Into the water for Coast goes Brendan Visser versus Carter Swift. This could be interesting. Carter Swift, a 49, no, butterfly leg, of course. Carter Swift, third in the 50 butterfly. Brendan Visser, known for his distance freestyle.
Who's going to have that back end? Carter Swift coming right up onto him here. And then don't forget who we've got coming next from those freestyle boys. So this is going to be a good battle. Can Visser stay with him? So it's all on. Carter Swift should get this underwater, but Visser's hanging strong. A good turn there from Visser.
This is going to be close. Carter Swift in lane 3. Brendan Visser in lane 5. Coast and United, the epic battle at the end of the New Zealand Championships. Carter Swift edges ahead. Gives Michael Pickett just a little bit to go on. Igor Razanov waiting. Michael Pickett did a 50.0. Igor Razanov a 50.1. These two very even in the 100 freestyle. I think with a little bit of an edge here, this could be hard to lose for United here. Michael Pickett sniffs the win, he loves it. Pickett goes down the first 50. He leads by just under a second. What has Igor Razanov got left to bring home? Michael Pickett gets that head down, breathing minimally. Now breathing every 4, Michael Pickett. Igor Razanov coming back. But Pickett's done enough to win for United. It's a great second 50 for Igor Razanov. A 49.0 for Igor Razanov. He did the best he could, but it was Michael Pickett that held on to win for United. Third will go to United B, and that was Zach Dell finishing quickly. And we'll catch a word with United. And William Campbell hangs up the togs for the final time. Or will we see him back? That is the question.
A great performance here from our United team, a very experienced team of Gray, Clareburt, Swift and Pickett.
I'd like to get William Campbell over for a bit of a chat. We'll get him in after United.
The experienced United taking down the Coast team. A great finish to our national championships here.
Here with the United team here. Great job, guys. Well done. That was a close one. You probably wanted a little bit more of a lead, Michael, in the bit, but you smashed it, you nailed it, you brought it home for the team.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, really proud of the boys on that one. That one took it out of me. It's been a big week. Super proud of not only my team, but everyone here. It's been good to be back on pool deck.
Massive United week. So many finalists this week, dominating the finals all week. What a great way to finish for you all. Congratulations. I'm just going to get a quick word with William Campbell. We're just going a little bit off script here, William, but I was just blown away by how many 200 butterflies you've done over the years, and I've commentated many of them. How many have you done now?
I think it's 217.
217 200 butterflies, and from your very first competitive swimming meet till now, how many years separate those two?
About 22.
22 years of competitive swimming. You're part of the institution, mate. Congratulations on your retirement.
Thank you very much. All of you keep going. Swimming in this country is stronger than it's ever been. It's all good to you guys.
William Campbell, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got one other special announcement. And I'd like to ask Mary McFarland. Mary, if you'd come over and see me, please. Now, Mary has been a technical official for a long time and put in so much service. Mary, you've got a special occasion happening next month, don't you? And you will be turning how old?
I would like to say 21, but no, it's 90.
90 years old on the 17th of June, sitting here watching as a technical official. Absolutely amazing, Mary. We love having you involved, and we hope you have you here well into your 90s.
Thank you. I hope so too.
Mary McFarlane, ladies and gentlemen. And now I'd like to ask you to put your hands together one more time for our technical officials as they make their way from pool deck. We're going to go to a quick break now. We'll be back with a wrap of the second half of the session, then into the presentations. Well, Steve, so many great things to celebrate over this session. Let's go back and celebrate some of the moments from the second half of the session. The men's 200 metres breaststroke. Harder Hughes was the winner in the end. He came through so strongly in that final 50. Impressive to see the endurance, the maturity in that turn of breast to bring it home.
Yeah, we could tell from that. I think night one, that 100 breaststroke, pretty disappointed not to get that win. So to come back, get that 50 and the 200 title back, we know he's going to hopefully, keep getting better and better at this breaststroke. So want to see him keep improving and start getting on those New Zealand teams in the future.
Absolutely. The 800-metre freestyle third-time final was up next. Erica Fairweather, dominant in that event. She won it 8:27 in the end, took off very strongly. But a late charge by Eve Thomas got herself under that Pan Pacific qualifying mark. So that was great to see for Eve Thomas in a strong finish. Caitlin Dean sitting third there in that event. The 200-metre breaststroke for the women, and it was Brianna Crawford's night tonight with a 2:30, just over the New Zealand record time. She shot off from the start and held strong. She said she had a bit of sickness, Steve, leading in, so really, really positive performance.
Yeah, 2:30.0. She looked pretty happy with that, considering. So I just liked watching her technique the whole way through. Held nice and strong, so some good technical work being done there by Paul Kent. So that's great to see, and sounds like she's really targeting that, World Short Course Champs later in the year.
Yeah, and a quick plug for April Lynn, lowering her New Zealand age group record 2:36.70. Then to the 100 metres backstroke for the men. Kane follows 1/100th of a second. Bittersweet for him getting in there. That was a great win.
Yeah, good win for him, and hopefully the kids in his classes next week appreciate they've got national champion as a teacher still. So great to see the 28-year-olds coming back. Just missing. I loved his interview. Missing out from the young guys in the 50 and the 200 to then get one back on them in that 100-metre backstroke.
Yeah, so if there's anyone listening in Kane Follows class, you need to put some banners together for Tuesday. And then we move to the 4x100 metre relays across. We had NZ S14s win for the Kiwis in that event, 126. Then for the 4x100 medley relay for the women, it was Coast A with a powerhouse team. And then it was United winning the 4x100 metre medley relay for the men. A great way to finish for them. We're going to be back after this break for the medal ceremony for the part 2. Well, welcome back. The medal ceremony for Day 5 finals. Medals presented by Aqua Black 163, Paul Kent. Paul, thanks for being here. Legend of a breaststroker and Olympian. We go to the 17-18-year-old 200 metres individual medley for women, 17-18 to start with. The bronze medal goes to Olivia Bates, 2:22.41. Silver goes to Ariella Riley, 2:22.29. She's just making her way down the poolside now. We'll go to the gold while she's coming down. Bridie Quayle wins the gold, 2:20.76. Ariella Riley not far away. Moving now to event 37, the men's 200 metres breaststroke medal ceremony. Bronze goes to Blair Helms, 2:20.26, North Shore. Rushing out of warm down pools off the back of that relay. Silver goes to Kevin Zhang, 2:20.22. And winning the gold, Hara Hughes, 2:16.24. The 17-18-year-old age group. Bronze goes to Owen Bao, 2:32.33. Silver, Daniel Smith in a New Zealand S19 record, 2:28.82. And winning the gold, Ryland Wheeler, 2:21.81 from North Canterbury. Now we move to the multi-class 200 breaststroke for men. Second goes to Ian Chen from St Peters. And the gold goes to Daniel Smith, Pukekohe. Multi-class men's 200 breaststroke. Now to the 800 metres freestyle for the women. Bronze, Caitlin Deans, 8:35.61. Silver goes to Eve Thomas, 8:28.99, and a Pan Pacific qualifying standard. Gold goes to Erica Fairweather, 8:26.12. And Caitlin Deans, the bronze. 17-18-year-old 800 metre freestyle is up next. Bronze, Alexis Bassini, 9:23.73. Silver, Kezia Bassini, 9:17.21. And winning the gold, Alyssa Tapper, 8:42.97. .200 breaststroke for the women. Bronze goes to April Lynn, in a New Zealand age group record time for 13-year-old girls of 2:36.70 from Phoenix. Silver, Zylika Pratt-Smith, 2:34.36. And winning the gold, 2:30.07, Brianna Crawford, Waitakere Swimming Club. (17:18) 200 breaststroke for girls. Paige Franklin gets the bronze, 2:43.61. Silver, Alex McIntosh, 2:40.60. And winning the gold, Grace Jeromson, 2:37.86. The 100-metre backstroke for the men is up next. Bronze goes to Lucas Bell, 55.83. And a junior Pan Pacific qualifying standard time. Silver, Jasper Cornish, 55.43 Coast. And winning, Kane Follows, 55.42 Neptune. We're going to go the 17-18 boys 100 backstroke up next. (17, 18-year-old boys, 100 backstroke. Bronze, Alfie Weatherston Harvey, 58.45. Silver, Mitch Ellis, 56.98. Liz Van Willie Aquatics. And gold, Lucas Bell, 55.83. Wharanui. Now to event 39, the 200 breaststroke para women. Silver goes to Genevieve Watson Christie, North Canterbury. And the gold goes to Charlotte Rosen, Wharanui. Now to the 4x100 metre medley women's relay final medalists. Bronze medal goes to Hamilton Aquatics A. This is the 4x100 metre medley relay for the women. And the team was Pippa Mihaka, Gina McCarthy, Ariella Riley and Alyssa Lawson. Silver, North Shore Swimming Club A. Tess Winneray, Grace Jeromson, Amelia Bray, Chelsea Edwards. Swimming Australia A also getting the visitor silver. Ivy Miller, Maya Zunker, Alice Monaghan and Phoebe Bentley. And the winners, Coast Swimming Club A, Amber George, Zylika Pratt-Smith, Milan Glintmeyer and Zoe Pedersen. Next up is event 42, the 4x100 metre medley men's relay medal ceremony, presented by Paul Kent, Aquablack 163. In third place, United Swimming Club B. And Swimming Australia A. Swimming Australia A, the visitor bronze. Silver medal goes to Coast. Whoops, we're still going on the bronzes. Sorry, Paul. Breaking a record with the medals here. Silver goes to Coast Swimming Club A. Jasper Cornish, Hara Hughes, Brendan Visser, Igor Razanov. And the winners, United Swimming Club A, Cameron Gray, Lewis Clairberg, Carter Swift, Michael Pickett. Well done to all our medalists and finalists tonight. We move on to 4 special awards now. The first of 4 special awards is the Harold Petit Trophy for the most outstanding individual performance at these championships. And Ron Clark will be presenting. Swimming New Zealand Life member and president, just making his way over to the podium. This is the Harold Petit Trophy, most outstanding individual performance. And it goes to Erica Fairweather, North Shore, for the 200 metres freestyle in a time of 1:55.06, New Zealand record, PB by 0.38 of a second. And the 5th fastest time in the world this year. Erica Fairweather. Outstanding individual performance of the championships. The next award is the Top Age Club. Top Age Club goes to North Shore Swimming Club. If we could ask a representative of North Shore Swimming Club to make their way down quickly to the podium, please. They're coming, they're coming. Here they are. Top Age Club, North Shore Swimming Club. The next one is the award for Top Multi-Class Club, and it goes to Wharanui. If representatives of the Wharanui Club and some of the multi-class athletes, here they come. Well done. The next award is the award for Top Open Club. Drum roll, please. And the winner is Coast Swimming Club. And while Coast come down to the podium, I want to say a big thanks to Steve Kent, my co-commentator over the week. Steve, great to have your insights. As an Olympic swimmer yourself, it's been a fun week. And here come Coast Swimming Club, Top Open Club. Well done to Coast. Well deserved. And we will go to a quick ad break and come back with the announcements for our international teams. Welcome back after a 5-day championships, and on behalf of Swimming New Zealand selectors, we are delighted to announce the selections and nominations for the following international teams: Tri-Series, Junior Pan Pacific Championships, World Junior Open Water Championships, Youth Olympic Games, Pan Pacific Championships, Para Pan Pacific Championships, Commonwealth Games. Can swimmers and team coaches please come forward as your names are called? The Tri-Series this year will be held in Karratha, Western Australia in June. Notifications of selection for the black and white teams will be emailed on Wednesday. The teams will be led by head coach Carl Gordon, Wharanui, supported by assistant coaches Wilrick Kutsia, Coast, Kirsty Johnson, Trojans, Ben Levine, Tawa, Bridget Mann, North Canterbury, and Chris Paroski from Ngātai Tuatea Ataraika. And those coaches coming down to behind the blocks here. And those coaches representing for the Tri-Series behind the start blocks there. Well done. Congratulations to those coaches. The next announcement is the Junior Pan Pacific Championships. The following swimmers have been selected for the Junior Pan Pacific Championships to be held in Vancouver, Canada in August. Individual qualifiers. Lucas Bell Wharanui, Coach Carl Gordon. Paige Conley, Whanganui, Coach Richard Guillen. Grayson Coulter, North Shore, Michelle Gillies. Liam Curling, Coast, Wilrick Kutsia. Olivia Emmett, Rotorua, Aidan Withington. Rui Ho, Roskill, Josh Munro. Alyssa Lawson, Hamilton, Coach Ash Delaney, St Andrews. Laura Menzies, Wharanui, Coach Carl Gordon. Ariel Mochirahondo, Rotorua, Aidan Withington. Tiraroa Paki, Northwave, Coach Monica Cooper. Bridie Quayle, Wharanui, Coach Carl Gordon. Neo Solomonson, Kiwi, Gabby Trotter. Bruce Shen, Phoenix, David Lyles. Relay qualifiers, Charlie Dickerson, Ngātai Tuatia Ataraika, Coach Chris Pabrotsky. Relay qualifier, Tandia Fisher, Wharanui, Coach Carl Gordon. Relay qualifier, Orlando Hardy, Hamilton, Coach Matt Wolfe. Ariella Riley, Hamilton, Coach Matt Wolfe. Ryland Wheeler, North Canterbury, Bridget Mann. Madeline Wilson, Swim Zone Racing, Coach Frank Turrell. Milan Glintmeyer also met the individual selection criteria but is deferring selection in favour of the Senior Pan Pacific Championships. The team will be led by head coach Matt Wolfe, Hamilton Aquatics, with assistant coaches Michelle Gillies, North Shore, Carl Gordon, Wharanui, and Aidan Withington, Swim Rotorua. Give a round of applause for your Junior Pan Pacific Championship team. Thank you, swimmers and coaches. You can make your way back to poolside. We now move to World Junior Open Water Championship. Oh, they're going to stay. We're going to get them to stay, sorry. Stay there. Graham Moore says stay on the stage. We'll get them all up there. Stay where you are. We're going to get one big photo. Next up, joining them, World Junior Open Water Championships. The following swimmers have been selected for the World Junior Open Water Championships to be held in Santa Fe, Argentina in September. For the 18-19 years 10-kilometre event, Jack Barton, North Shore, Coach Michelle Gillies. Olivia Bates, North Shore, Coach Michelle Gillies. Olivia Emmett, Rotorua, Coach Aidan Withington. Ethan Stocks, Roskill, Coach Josh Munro. For the 16-17 years 7.5 kilometre event, Sheldon Hogan, Mount Maunganui. Coach Stan Tio Kotai White. Tyler Lushcott, North Shore. Michelle Gillies. Maeve McDonnell, Howick Pakaranga. Coach Rachel Palmer. Tegan Stewart, Nelson South. Coach Glenn Finlay. $14.15 for the 5K event. Dominic Barton, North Shore. Coach Rance Kawawinta. Amelia McEwen, Mount Maunganui. Stan Tio Kotai White. Kezia Bassini, North Shore, also met the selection criteria and is selected as non-travelling reserve. Rance Gower Winter, North Shore, will be among the coaches of the team with a second to be confirmed. Round of applause for the World Junior Open Water Championships. Next up, the Youth Olympic Games. The following swimmers have met the criteria for consideration for nomination to the New Zealand Olympic Committee for selection to the New Zealand team for the Youth Olympic Games to be held in Dakar, Senegal in November. Alyssa Lawson Hamilton, Coach Ash Delaney. And Ariel Mochirahondo, Rotorua, Coach Aidan Withington. The team will be led by head coach Aidan Withington, Swim Rotorua. Pan Pacific Championships. The following swimmers have been selected for the Pan Pacific Championships to be held in Los Angeles, USA in August. Individual qualifiers are Lewis Clearbert, United, Coach Joel Fink, Nunawading. Caitlin Deans, Neptune, Coach Lars Huma. Erica Fairweather, North Shore, Coach Graham Hill. Amber George, Coast, Coach Michael Weston. Milan Glintmeyer, Coast, Coach Michael Weston. Harrison Clowens, United, Coach Mitch Nairn. Savannah Eve Martin, Coast, Coach Michael Weston. Hazel Auerhand, Phoenix. David Lyles, and Hazel is unable to be here this evening. Zoe Pedersen, Coast, Coach Michael Weston. Milana Tapper, St Peters, Coach Tommy Fraser Holmes, Griffith. Eve Thomas, Coast, Coach Michael Weston. Relay qualifiers, Zach Dell, United, Coach Bobby Jovanovic, Brisbane Grammar. Relay qualifier, Chelsea Edwards, North Shore, Coach Graham Hill. Relay qualifier, Cameron Gray, United, Coach Andy McMillan. James Lee, Coast, Coach James Boyce, Marist. Next relay qualifier, Carter Swift, United, coach Tommy Fraser-Holmes, Griffith. Relay qualifier, Alyssa Tapper, St Peters, Tommy Fraser-Holmes, Griffiths. Ariel Mochirahondo Rotsarua also met the individual selection criteria, but is deferring selection in favour of the Junior Pan-Pacific Championships. The team will be led by Swimming New Zealand Olympic head coach Graham Hill, with assistant coaches Andy McMillan, United, and Michael Weston, Coast. Round of applause for our Pan-Pacific Championship team. Next up, the Para-Pan-Pacific Championships. The following swimmers have been selected for the Para-Pan-Pacific Championships to be held in Los Angeles, USA in August. Brooke Anderson, Wharanui, coach Carl Gordon. Jessica Johnston, St Peters, coach Alistair Johnson. Riley Sayer, Hamilton, coach Matt Wolf. Gabby Smith, Wharanui, coach Dave Hayden, University of Queensland. Asher Smith Franklin, discretionary on the basis of prospects for the 28 Paralympic Games, coach Michael Weston. Cameron Leslie, Whangarei, and Josh Wilmer, Coast, also met the individual selection criteria but are deferring selection in favour of other priorities. The team will be led by Swimming New Zealand Paralympic head coach Simon Main. Round of applause again for our Para-Pan-Pacific Championship team. The Commonwealth Games. The following swimmers have met the criteria for consideration for nomination to the New Zealand Olympic Committee for selection to the New Zealand team for the Commonwealth Games to be held in Glasgow, Scotland in July. Please note, these are not confirmed selections and subject to confirmation from the New Zealand Olympic Committee. For para-swimming, Josh Wilmer, Coast, coach Michael Weston. Individual consideration, Lewis Clearbert, United, coach Joel Fink, Nunawading. Individual consideration, Erica Fairweather, North Shore, coach Graham Hill. In individual consideration, Hazel Hourhand, Phoenix, coach David Lyles. Hazel couldn't be here this evening. Relay considerations, Caitlin Deans, Neptune, coach Lars Huma. Chelsea Edwards, North Shore, coach Graham Hill. Cameron Gray, United, coach Andy McMillan. Carter Swift, United, Tommy Fraser-Holmes, Griffiths. Milana Tapper, St Peters, coach Tommy Fraser-Holmes, Griffiths. Eve Thomas, Coast, coach Michael Weston. Consideration of potential for the LA 2028 Olympic Games, Zoe Pedersen, Coast, coach Michael Weston. Further swimmers may be considered on the basis of potential for the LA 2028 Olympic Games should further quota places become available. The team will be led by Swimming New Zealand Olympic head coach Graham Hill, with assistant coaches David Lyles, Phoenix, and Michael Weston, Coast. A round of applause for all of our team announcements this evening. Congratulations to all of our swimmers and coaches and their families and supporters. That closes the session tonight. A massive thank you to Swimming New Zealand, to the technical officials, to the volunteers, the stream team, coaches, swimmers, parents and supporters, and on behalf of myself and Steve Kent, thank you very much for listening and watching over this week. We'll be back for the New Zealand Secondary School Swimming Championships in a few months. Good evening and good night.